We Real Reels. Welcome to We Real Reels, the monthly podcast where we review old movies to find out if they are as good as we remember or if they just want to pee on your rug. I'm your host, Panda Brandon, and with me is my half-brother, the Grizzly Zay.
With all the love.
And a beautiful Koala Sam.
Hello.
This podcast does contain spoilers and we'll be discussing the movie at length. This is a mature content podcast, so be prepared for harsh language and awkward situations. All sound clips, music, and trailers are only used for review purposes and belong to their respective owners. This podcast is brought to you by The Collector's Comic Book Store, located in Lebanon, Tennessee. Follow us at The Collector's Toys on Instagram and Facebook. This podcast can also be supported by you. Follow the link in the episode description and support us any way you can. All right, guys. How y'all guys doing today?
Very tired, but here.
I'm also tired, but I'm happy that it's Grizzly Month.
It is Grizzly Month. How about that? Happy Grizzly Month, Zay.
Thank you, man.
How about that? So I got a hypothetical for you guys. Would the dude survive the thing if he were added to the group in the Arctic?
Oh, hell no.
No. No, not at all.
If it's got something to do with his rug, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I think that's just like your opinion, man.
We ain't had the room together, so I don't know.
That is true. That is true.
Am I wrong?
I think if Walter was with him, I think he could potentially stand a chance, because I feel like Walter was hyping him up to get to some sort of solution. So I think if Walter was with him, I think it'd be different. Now, if it's just the dude himself, nah, he'd be the first one to die. Or taking over, or however you want to say it.
I don't know. I think he don't speak up for himself. And so he won't take any action that'll make Walter mad. So I don't think it'll happen, man. Am I wrong?
I don't think so. Well, let's go ahead and jump into our first segment. What you been doing? What you gonna do?
Hey, watch it, pal. What have you been doing? What are you gonna do, huh?
All right, Grizz. Well, let's start off with you, since you have some stories that you didn't get to tell last time.
Yeah, no, I had a little Vegas trip. I mean, sadly, that's the most exciting thing that happened, but at least I can tell you about the adventures that we did have. But sadly, you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so.
So ain't gonna tell you nothing, huh?
I can't tell you nothing. Koala? No, I'm messing with you. But no, man, only thing that I kind of regret is just bringing my mom, because I can't just leave her in a random town.
Right.
You know, like, I was protective over her, especially with the fight thing. And so, you know, she was feeling bad a couple of days, so we just went out without her because we knew that she wasn't going to leave. But when we did, I mean, it was pretty fun because we went to the Grand Canyon. I mean, even though it was being super dusty, I felt like every speck of dust just ended up in my throat. I was just sitting there coughing everything up. But it was some fucking weird people in the Grand Canyon, man, just getting close to that edge. And if you don't know, there's no guardrail on that fucking edge right there.
They're risking it all, ain't they?
Yeah, they're risking it all, man. It was kids just daring, like, little selfie. Just, let me get a little closer. I'm climb down a little bit. Nope. I'm not afraid of heights, but when it's no guardrail, I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah, you ain't trying to die. That would be a terrible death.
Yep. And then there was what got me, it was this old. It was dust walking around. Dude. And then this young, like, 21-year-old girl just walking around taking pictures and stuff. And I was like, let me see what these people did last. Hey, you guys need any help taking pictures? He's like, yes, son, I can take a picture. I don't know how to put this thing. And so I just snapping pictures. How long you guys been together? Oh, about 6 months. Yeah, he was pounding that thing.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, what the heck? And I tried to find my wife, because when Panda's not here, I judge other people with my wife. And so we try to make fun of them and stuff like that. But I was like, where's my wife? I can't find her. She was just helping my mom around. I was like, dang it. I couldn't sneak a quick picture or nothing, so I couldn't show you guys, but it was pretty funny. I got some more bus shenanigans we was into. I know Kay was talking about some lady had something on her pants, and she like went to cross them, and then when she went to open them back up, they would have ripped.
Oh.
Yeah, and so she just had to like, you have to like pee, and you gotta like squish your legs together and just like walk out like it. Mm-hmm. She seen her like squishing off the fucking bus.
Oh.
I don't know if she peed on herself. I don't know what happened, but she was laughing at that for a while. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Every time I try to get the story, she just starts laughing as she's telling. The stupid thing she does. She starts laughing as she's telling the story, so you can't hear anything. Another time, bus shenanigans, my wife was sitting next to this old guy, and this old guy had the meanest cough ever. And every single time he turned towards my wife,
she didn't say nothing?
Bro. I was like, bro, I know you was mad as hell, bro. She's like, yeah, he just kept on coughing in my face. He wasn't closing that. And I was like, yep, that's fucking funny as shit. But it was an old Indian dude from India, okay, guys, not Native American, but he just kept on just looking left. Yeah. My wife just got up, sat close to me. I was like, I told your ass sit close to me, man. She's like, I'm about to slap him in the fucking face.
I'm surprised she didn't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I told you guys this off mic, but Mama's not comfortable with any type of nudity, anything that makes her uncomfortable. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people in Vegas is because they have the showgirls just walking around in bras and panties. And there's people that walk around with like tape and stuff on their nipples. Mm-hmm. And so it was a woman dressed up like the nun with her boobs out.
You told us about the nun.
Yeah, did I say it on the podcast? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, about the nun looking good.
Yeah, looking good. And she had the little upside down cross, and Chucky was sitting right next to him. She was like, I don't know who I'm scared of more, Chucky or the tits. Yeah, and so after that, I got an idea. I got a guy I'm friends with, used to go to school with. His name is Q. He worked on Fremont Street, so we was already on Fremont Street. I was trying to track him down. He's halfway naked, and I was going to get him to mess with my mama. That's so funny. But I couldn't find this dude. He was already off work. Damn.
And why did y'all take your mama to Vegas?
Because my whole family was supposed to go.
Oh.
And this was like 6 to 10 months in advance, I told them.
Oh.
Just buy your tickets. We're going to pay for, like, I think that's a good deal, right? You just got to pay for your tickets and then what you want to do in Vegas.
Right.
Yeah. We pay for lodging, and then we pay for the rental car. You guys don't have to worry about anything. Just what you want to do.
Right.
And get your tickets to fly down there and back.
Nobody? But your mama?
Nobody but my mama.
I'm surprised if your mama is not like in nudity that she was totally down with going to Vegas.
I asked that before we left, because I was like, Mommy, this is Sin City, and you are opposite of sin at this point in your life. She's like, yeah, it's just somewhere I always wanted to go. Because she wanted to do Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, and Vegas, because she wanted to see it. And I think she wanted to see something with Elvis, but we never got to that. There's so much stuff to do, man. You guys got to go. I know they have a big like operation room, like the video game, not the video game, the board game operation.
Board game,
yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, other than that, just Area 15, it's one of the greatest art installations I've seen. They got a whole bunch of stuff, look cool, like modern stuff that I like to see. And other than that, just, man, so many arguing couples out there, man. It's like, I was glad that my wife isn't like that, because I guess dudes' eyes was just wandering every time they seen boobs or something like that.
I mean, you kind of got to expect that. Like, it's Vegas.
Exactly. I feel like you guys have that relationship where you be like, hey, look at those tits, look at those.
Hey, look at that ass.
Yeah, whatever. But then I guess if the wrong person does it, it's, you just gonna sit there and look at the girl with the tits out? And he's like, yeah, I'm a guy. What the fuck?
And it's also right there.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to, that's impressive.
Well, I loved it. I do plan on going again. Hopefully we'll get a place downtown. I want to do Luxor or Excalibur, since that's my online PSN. If you guys want to add me. Yeah, so I suggest doing. I love it.
Okay.
Maybe we all can go one day. She said we can go for a guy's trip.
Kay said that?
Yeah.
Wait, you gave a side eye.
I mean, I don't know if everybody else is going to be up to it.
What you plan on doing next month, Z?
Man, I think I said this last podcast, but my truck was messed up for about a month. As soon as I got into town, I had an air suspension problem. And went ahead and paid somebody. Sorry, guys. I know it was supposed to be Polar and Panda was supposed to help me put it on, but my truck was too low. Yeah, it was way too low for us to try to put it on. We would have had to ratchet the straps. And you guys said you don't want to do that if it was dangerous. So I actually paid somebody $400 to go ahead and get it done. So that's why my truck is out there now. It's fine. But it just made me think, man, I don't know shit about cars. That's one of my bucket list things is I want to learn more stuff about cars. Like I don't know how to change brakes. I don't know how to change the rotors. I don't know how to change this or that off of a truck. So I think I'm going to start trying to learn that. So whenever stuff comes up, I can just save money. Because I think it'll help out. Like, if you guys would have known more about trucks or suspension or whatever, I would have asked you guys to do it.
I could change your brakes and rotors.
Yeah.
I just need a jack.
Yeah, I got that.
And you can buy that off of Rock Auto for super cheap instead of going.
But my thing is that I had to go through specific people to do it because they didn't offer kits for my thing. And I needed a deletion kit. I need all of that. But yeah, I want to try to, learn more about cars, do that. It'll help me out, at least in the long run. But yeah, that's my stuff, man.
That's all right.
I'm tired of not knowing how to change brakes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope you get educated before next month. Koala, what have you been up to?
Nothing too crazy. I did have two pretty cool things that happened last month. I go through this Vitality app through work. So they monitor like workouts and things like that just to keep, since we work from home, just to keep the working from home people active instead of getting like super large and overweight and all that stuff. But I ended up getting a certain amount of points, so I ended up cashing those in, and I ended up getting a Fitbit, so that will help me get a more accurate reading so I can get more points, so that's pretty exciting. And then I found out that my name was put into a raffle, and they emailed me, and I won first place, and I get a 1 free 8-hour workday, so I can just be like, hey, I want to take my mental day, and I get paid full for it, and I don't have to use my PTO or anything. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
That's dope.
I know. I was so surprised. I didn't even know like there was even a raffle or anything.
Just for working out?
Yeah, just going through this app and trying to stay active. And
can it tell us you? Can you just give all your friends this thing?
No, it is off of like GPS. Like it does monitor things like that. So it is.
Like, I meet up with you, so you're in the same place as I am, and then you give the watch to me, and you go somewhere, and I just work out, and then come back to you, give you the watch, and you go work out yourself.
I mean, you could do that, but that's dishonest.
They're not monitoring you. You will be okay.
Other than that, I've just been reading my books, hanging out with friends, and I've been trying to get back to working out. It got so cold that I just don't like the cold, so I've been slacking on working out in the garage. So me and the cub have been running from the front door to the back door of the house just to keep active. What I'm going to do next month is I'm going to keep trying to work out. Atlas is going to be hosting his first family night, and that's next Saturday. So it's pretty exciting to see how that's going to go because that's his very first one. Yeah. I've been working overtime the whole month of February, so I've been just pretty much lazing around until I get through that, and then March I'll use that free mentality day. But other than that, just chilling.
All right, thank you for that, Koala. This past month, I was able to watch some pretty good movies. I saw one called Cleaner with Samuel L. Jackson, and it's about a guy who works in the business of cleaning up crime scenes. Because whenever a crime happens in your house or your business or wherever, somebody's killed, the police will come and the state will remove the body, but you're left with the blood, the guts, the brains, whatever's there, you're left with that. And this company will come and clean all that up. And they're like super professionals. Like there's nothing left when they leave.
Yes. Somebody killed his best friend. He wanted to go kill him just like John Wick, and then that's a John Wick movie. No?
Well, goddamn, son.
Did I figure it out?
No.
Beat Cooper movie.
The premise is that somebody calls him out to a job. They already pay him. He's been wired before the job's even done, which is normally, not accepted. I think they accept half front, half. I don't know how it is. Not really important. But he's already paid for the job. He goes to the address. Nobody's there, so he just does his job. He leaves, and then he didn't get a signature, so he goes back the next day, and he tries to get a signature. Well, there's a woman there who's like, well, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, well, I'm here to get a signature for the job I did yesterday. She's like, what job did you do? And he's like, what? This is the address. This is this address. And she's like, yeah, this is that address. And he's already starting to figure out, okay, something's not right here. So he gives her a wrong address. He's like, oh, you know what? I was just at the wrong address. And so he goes back home. He's trying to figure out who hired him, who killed somebody in that thing and had him clean it up. And it's a pretty good movie, man. Getting to the bottom of it, finding out what really happened. It's a pretty good movie. It's called The Cleaner. It's got Samuel Jackson in there. Check it out.
I figured it was going to be one of those, Beekeeper, Nobody movies that all about revenge, and then
No.
you kill my dog, you kill my bee. Like, come on.
Hey, man, that's a good story, okay? Those movies are always great.
Yeah.
Unless you focus too much on the training, like in Silent Night. Like, why did I have to see him watch YouTube videos and learn how to stab for half the movie? I don't know.
Is the cleaner, is that like a legit profession? Like in the real world?
I imagine it would have to be.
I believe so.
I did not know that. It's interesting.
We'll also played a game called Subliminal. It's on the PlayStation Network. You can get that for free if you have the premium edition. It was a game about perspective, and it shows you that it's not our problems that are unsolvable, but that we become so consumed with fear of failing that we just repeat the same actions over and over again. So it's kind of like opening up your mind to see everything from a different perspective. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, you would just pick up this little piece, but if you bring it up to your eye and like it appears bigger. So if you let go of it at that time, it actually becomes bigger. And it was real cool, solving all the puzzles and everything. I really enjoyed it. And then I actually rewatched a movie this month. It's a Demon Slayer Infinity Train movie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You had to bring
And
that up.
around the end of the movie, I watched that with Koala. I look over and she is just bawling uncontrollably.
I was so unwell in this movie.
Yeah, she would not stop crying. I was like, what is wrong with you?
It was literally like 30 minutes later, and I'd be done crying. And then I would restart crying because I was thinking about it. Because I was Googled because I was so upset. Why didn't they allow him to fucking kill the demon? So I'm like Googling stuff and trying to figure it out. And then I would start freaking crying again.
It's too strong, baby. It's good.
And she had the same feelings I had in the beginning, too, because I did not like Rengoku. I didn't in the beginning because he was so eager to kill Nezuko in the beginning. He was like, this is just the way. She's a demon, so she must die. And I was like, man, fuck y'all, man. Screw the Hashira. They're all a bunch of jackasses. But, getting to know him, getting to see his backstory, his relationship with his father, and how he was so willing to accept Tanjiro and the other ones. He was going to train him to do better, be better. And I was like, dude, this guy's pretty damn awesome. He's going to be all right.
I thought he was kind of annoying at the beginning. When you first get into the movie and he's eating food, he's like, tasty.
Oh, man, I'm going to pick up that habit. If something's good,
Tasty.
Yeah. I was like, this motherfucker's going to be so annoying.
every bite. But yeah, that was real crazy seeing her watch that and bawling all out.
Oh, my God.
Next.
I think I want to watch it again because I watched it with Japanese voice actors back when it first came out, and I couldn't wait for it. And then, I think I shared a tear or something for them.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I cried too when I first seen it.
Yeah.
But next month, I'm hoping to finish the next season of Demon Slayer, season 2. I'm hoping to even start it.
Yeah, but he's like, let's watch it. I'm like, I already know I'm going to start crying because they're going to mention him. Let's watch something else.
Season 2 is so good.
Well, I'm ready to start it. I also did watch a new anime that come out that you guys can check out on Adult Swim. Comes out every Saturday at midnight. It's called Ninja Kamui. And it's pretty much John Wick in an anime. Just the John Wick with a revenge story. If somebody kills your family, and then, this guy just goes and he hunts down the organization that kills his family, man. It is, so far, it's amazing. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, what was the concern about starting this anime?
There's a concern?
Yeah, he said that, is it good because other ones people recommended didn't turn out to be as good as they say it was?
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I said it?
Yeah, he was like, is Ninja Kamui any good? Because I kept getting recommended for it, and every time I get recommended, they would bullshit me.
Yeah, like on Instagram, people make videos of like best combat animes, and then they'll show you like a little clip of some combat in there. Like one was called like Oogie Boogie or Boogity Man or something. it had one fight in there in the first like 5 episodes, and I was like, what the fuck? Don't watch this. I ain't watching this. Well, I immediately unfollowed whoever that was on Instagram because they were terrible with their opinions. And but this is not that. The first 2 episodes, the first one, you know, it's always super hyper. There's action in it. There's just great feeling in it. And then the second one always slows down because, you know, you can't keep that high adrenaline going the whole time. You got to add some story in there. But yeah, it was just real good. I enjoyed it. But next month, I'm hoping to get that Demon Slayer started. I'm going to be watching some more movies in theaters with my AMC A-lister because, you know, you're talking to an A-lister here.
I'll tell you guys now, I do want to see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I've had every single movie on 4K. I really enjoy those movies. I didn't think I would love a Planet of the Apes that much, but Caesar's the shit, man. I don't know.
Caesar's the shit.
I don't think I've ever seen
if you guys see it.
I don't think Caesar's alive anymore. But that's it for me, man. So we're going to move on to our next segment, which in an attempt to shorten our podcast a little bit, you know, we do run a little long sometimes. Grizzly has decided to do one anime or ARMS each episode. So we'll find out what he has in store for us on Grizzly's Anime and ARMS.
It's over 9,000.
All right, guys. So the thing that I wanted to talk about is I believe if you're a true anime fan, you believe that this is at least in your top 10. I've always seen this everywhere. It's Netflix, it's Hulu, it's anywhere that has anime, man. Crunchyroll, Funimation. Okay, it's been around for a while. It's Hunter x Hunter. And I've always had a good relationship with this anime because it's lighthearted at times, it's dark at other times, and I mean you just along for the ride. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into everything now, but I believe if you haven't watched this one and you want to start watching any anime to get into it, this is a good one to start with. It's only about 148 episodes. But I think the writing, the way they get into certain situations is perfect. Let's go ahead and get into it. With the manga starting in 1998, illustrated by Yoshihara Toshogi. Like you guys would know that. This anime has 37 volumes of the manga of Hunter x Hunter. It is the most popular manga of this generation. Trying to keep up with the demand. Popularity, Togashi?
No, it's Toshogi.
Toshogi has been taking long extended hiatus from this anime because people are continuously demanding this thing. Like I said, it has 37 volumes and it's been going on since 1998 till today. They just released a whole bunch of them the last couple of years, which it gets so dark in 2022. I don't think he released one in 2023 yet. But not letting his depression beat him because he took a hiatus because of depression and the pressure of trying to release popular animes for a while. But I think I'm loving it, man. He keeps releasing this sweet gold, this animation gold that's been keeping everybody pretty excited for the last couple of years. And it has an original debut. On-screen debut from 1999, sorry, I'm trying to speak fast, to 2001. Having an original on-screen debut in March 1999 to 2001, the first release of Hunter x Hunter wasn't well received by the anime community. With having 62 episodes, they pulled the plug, I think in the second or third season. But in 2011, they would get another shot because the manga was so good that people really wanted the anime. So whenever they revamped it in 2011, they blew everything out of the water. The animation, it's a reanimation. So they took old clips of like significant areas and then like redid it to get like better shots. With a newly revived storyline with 148 episodes, like I told you, the anime culture quickly started to love this anime. In every, at least review that I've seen, they put it in their top 10. Now, it is a series that's deceptively wholesome that starts to get a little bit darker towards the middle of the season because they needed to go ahead and get everything, like, people's attention. It's a 12-year-old kid named Gon that leaves his home to find his dad who left him when he was young. Gon's dad is a hunter. So the stipulation for Gon to find him was that he would have to become a hunter. Okay, so hunters, okay, I'm going to stop here. Hunters are this elite class of specialists who, man, they stabilize nations. They capture criminals. They kill people. They rescue people. They do everything possible in the world to keep it going without any problems. Now, there are no rules whenever you become a hunter. So I think a couple of nations don't allow them in. It's like 15% of countries in the whole world. But 85% of countries you can enter free of charge. You don't have any laws against you saying that you can't kill anybody. So you can kill anybody you want. You can go up to a child in the middle of a fucking farmer's market and kill them, say that I'm a hunter, and then you get let go. Because you're so important to the world to keep everything going. Another thing you can do is you can sell your hunter's license and live a life of luxury if you wanted to. You don't have to worry about money ever again if you're a hunter. But most people just do it so they can like get as much money as they possibly can, fight strong enemies, and just keep on going with their life. So to become a hunter, you have to take a hunter exam, which the hunter exam tests your endurance, decision-making, your survival skills, your strength, and your willpower. To overcome all of this, you'll become a hunter. They have all these different tests that they switch up every single year that, I mean, a 12-year-old, I don't know how you guys are when you was 12, but I'm pretty sure you wasn't beating up grown men.
I was training to do that. I didn't quite get the chance to, but I was training for it.
I don't think I can be a grown-ass man at this point in time now. Almost 30.
But I mean, that lets you know how much of a freak show Gon and Killua is. So eventually, you do meet Gon's friends, Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio, who help him become a hunter. It's the first time he's ever had a friend like this, or friends like this, because he's never had a friend before in his life. And so they help him become a hunter. He's helping them become a hunter. And they just stick together, and they love each other, and they fight each other's battles and everything. But this is his first time being in a situation where somebody can die as a result of the hunter's exam, or because of decisions that he made. And so this is a delicate like balance of his willpower that he has right now. Like I said, there's 148 episodes, and of these 148 episodes, there are about 4 arcs in there. And this is the Hunter Exam arc, the Spider arc, Greed Island arc, and the Chimera Ant arc. I believe all of these are great. The way that they tell the story of how Gon trains himself to become more mature and better in his decision making, because at first he was just like this little, kid thinking he's strong, that he could beat everybody, knowing that, bro, there's motherfuckers out here that'll kill you so fucking fast for nothing, So he has to train himself to endure that. Now within all these arcs, we see the heroes, Gon and Killua, exceed everyone's expectations to just fight and live in this world. Now, Killua is a assassin. He's one of the best assassins in the world because he comes from a family of them, the Zoltic family. Killua has already killed about 1,000, 2,000 people before he even meets Gon. So he was doing this stuff before Gon was even thinking about leaving the island. But he's also teetering on if he should stay an assassin or if he should travel the world with Gon and see if he can become a better person. So he takes his sister later on down the thing, and he tries to become that. Which I think, you try to protect your family, during all this, I think it's pretty cool. But what I really love about this is the world's magic. So a whole bunch of animes that I recommended, I think, has a whole bunch of magic that a lot of them is like bestowed on you. So I think one of them, did I ever do these? No, I haven't. So whenever I've reviewed these, I'm going to let you guys know. But one of them was Black Clover, which a random magic power will be bestowed on you. And then another one was Fairy Tale. I think another one was Fairy Tale, where magic is bestowed on you. This one, you get to pick which magic power you want. And I love this because it's specific to an individual. So it's like whatever you love. Say you love cartoon characters. If you have enough, what this thing called is nin, you can train your body enough to love something, to train, to control something. You can conjure that thing, and that thing will fight with you. So you can have anything from, an indestructible gum that stretches, or electricity, or Chapter 7 bankruptcy, or emitting dragons of light. It can be whatever your imagination entails. This thing can make it. It's nin, it's body energy, it's life energy that you can put towards anything and fight and defend and attack other things. I really like that about that. It's just really what you're comfortable with. But the only thing I don't get, as I think I told this with Panda, is the contract thing. There's some type of contract that'll make your nin even stronger than it is, but it has conditions, and we don't know who you have to make a contract with to make this thing stronger. I don't know if it's yourself, if it's your willpower, if it's the nin itself. I know we talked about this, but bro, you got any thoughts of that, man?
Yeah, I don't know. They're just making a contract, and the more strict and specific the contract is, like Karapika in his situation, where he can only use it against the gang, the spiders, it makes it even stronger. So if you're like, well, I want to make a deal and say that whenever I see the color gray, I get stronger, then you only be so strong. You know, it only bump you up a little bit. But if you're like very specific and you're like, well, if only when I see the color aquamarine on a Tuesday when the rain is falling and I hear someone shout, "Hey there, buddy," then you'll probably be one of the strongest characters of all goddamn time.
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't know who you're making a contract with. And I probably got to do more research on that because I'm pretty sure it's out there. People research stuff like this all the time. But if this thing upsets you when you watch this anime, then just know that I'm making an attempt to explain it to you whenever I can. But again, this is the best magic system, I believe, other than the contract bull crap. So I would go around the table. Like I think I'll try to open up a little conversation with everybody. What do you love so much, Koala? Jesus.
About, like, in general?
About, like, so say, like, you wanted something to protect and attack. What would you conjure of nin that'll attack Panda if he was trying to mess you up with his nin?
I don't know. Like, I love books, so could I pick something in one of those universes? Because there's so many different types of books. There's fantasies, there's mysteries. So if I could just do a broad statement of books, could I pick something out of each universe each time to keep it as broad as possible? Like, I don't know if that would be super strong, but if I kept it broad, then I'd be able to pull.
See, I think the more broad your idea is, the weaker your nin will be, because that's the certain stuff. But if you just picked up 4 things, romance, like adventure. So if you have 4 things, I think it'll be a lot stronger because it'll be 4 certain roles that these books can do. So if it's like romance and love or whatever, it'll protect you. Like it'll protect your body or something like that, because romance and love protects.
But I'll probably do then fantasy, because there's dragons, there's werewolves, vampires, all that stuff. But then also it could do horror, because then you can got all those crazy ass motherfucking killers that you can pull from there. So I'll probably do those 3.
Yeah, it's got to be attack and defense. What about you, Panda?
Well, I think, I like Marvel and DC and all the comic book superhero stuff. So I think I would just maybe do some kind of multiversal portal or something that I can open up and just pull one of these characters out and be like, fight for me. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Just whatever fits that situation. You know what I'm saying? If I need somebody to put out a fire, then I'll just pull out
Aquaman?
Well, I was going to go with like Gara or something from since he's got sand. I was going to have him, smother the fire. But something like that.
Okay. So I think if I was to choose one, it'd probably be something like animation. So I have something to do with drawing, and then have that going on, so I can pull out,
That's pretty cool.
like certain people's powers or something like that, and I can just draw it, and then I can control it.
I'll just pull out Goku out of a corner every time. Then
But I believe that this anime does catch you off guard because it has so much comedic stuff, dark stuff, inspiring stuff. You can find yourself rooting for Gon and Killua, or you can find yourself rooting for the weird pedophile clown that's trying to kill the heroes. Hisoka. So, like, as much people as in here, you want to root for them because, like, they write these characters so well that you're enveloped in them. The story is amazingly captivating. It draws you in with unique fighting and crazy animation. Dude, no 2 fights will be the same if you watch this thing. It's one of the best. And I can see why people put it in their top 10. But I believe that Yasuhiro Togashi is his name. did a great deal making this anime. And I can see why he was so stressed about it, because so many people love this thing that they keep demanding it. They keep demanding it. And they're going to be coming out with another anime sometime soon.
I can't wait.
But I can't wait myself either. I can't wait for Black Clover either. But yeah. Hunter x Hunter. I believe this is a great one. And I recommend anybody to watch it.
Why didn't he get somebody to help him with it? Or does he not have partners?
I don't think so. I think he wants to do it himself. I think if a writer writes, they want to write the way they want to. And they don't want any help. They want to develop everything. But the way he came up with the magic in this world is genius, I believe.
Indeed. Well, thank you for that, Grizz. Now we're going to move on to our next segment of Mistaken Identity in this month's Panda Tales.
We interrupt this program.
All right, guys. Just another reminder of, since this segment is so new, just what we do in Panda Tales. And in Panda Tales, I find true stories that kind of relate to the movie that we are reviewing. And I got 3 stories today, real quick ones. They are relating to mistaken identity. Okay, so we're going to get into that a little bit because, as you know, if you've seen the movie we're reviewing today, The Big Lebowski, the dude was in a case of mistaken identity. You know, he was attacked and the guys wanted some money that Jeff Lebowski owed, and his name was Jeff Lebowski, but he was the wrong Jeff Lebowski. So I got a couple stories here of mistaken identity. And this first story happened in April 26, 2006. To Robert Spencer, who was driving on a highway when he fell asleep at the wheel and crashed his truck into a school van in the opposite lane. 4 students and 1 staff member of Taylor University in Indiana were killed in the van. Among the dead students was Laura Van Ryn, whose body was mistaken for that of Whitney Sarek, who survived but was seriously injured. Believing that their daughter was dead, Whitney's distraught family buried Laura's body while Laura's family watched over Whitney as she recovered, thinking she was Laura. The mix-up was discovered after Laura awakened from a coma and identified herself as Whitney. Apparently, both ladies had blonde hair and similar features, even though they could be easily differentiated. The mix-up happened because emergency medical services mistook Laura's ID for Whitney's. The mistake was not detected earlier because Whitney's head was bandaged before she was taken to the hospital. Whitney returned to school 4 months after the accident, while Spencer, the truck driver, was sent to prison for 2 years.
Just 2 years?
He killed 4 people by falling asleep, and he went to jail for 2 years. But could you imagine the...
Whoa. So this was an accident, or was it...
It was an accident. He did fall asleep. There was no alcohol.
I can see that. Okay.
He did fall asleep.
First off, is this man white?
I don't think it matters.
I'm not sure.
Honestly, if it's an accident, I don't think you should be so severely... Like, if it was alcohol or weed or something like that, yeah. Take his ass for life. But if it's, man, I'm overworking myself, I'm fucking tired, boom. I don't think he should be so severely, punished.
Well, I think the more important part of the story is imagining how the families felt. You know, like both sides. Yeah. The great disappointment when you find out this wasn't your daughter that you was hoping was going to get better, and then find out your daughter's actually dead. And then the great, surprise and happiness of, you've already buried your daughter. Oh, turns out she's alive. Oh my God. That's crazy. I think
the last part or the last family would be a better situation than the other one.
Well, yeah, there's no doubt about that.
But it's still fucked up situation. Well. I'm curious to know how that guy ended up because being on your conscience of falling asleep and killing 4 kids... That's pretty fucked up.
Well, story number 2 happened in May 26 of 2006, where Chad South entered Daniel Ott's home in Burton Township, Ohio, and shot him dead. South was a hitman and had been working for Joe Rosebrook, a criminal who ran a chop shop where he tore down stolen vehicles and sold their parts. Ott was a car thief whom Rosebrook hired earlier to murder an associate, Curtis Frazier. Instead of killing Frazier, Ott snitched on Rosebrook, who was sent to prison in 2004. The murder of Daniel Ott by Chad South would have been Rosebrook's revenge, except that South killed the wrong Daniel Ott. The only similarity between both Daniels was their name and the fact that they lived in Ohio. Rosebrook and his accomplices were charged with Daniel Ott's murder after 9 years of investigation. So this Daniel Ott died just because he had the name Daniel Ott.
That's very messed up.
The other Daniel Ott lived and got lucky that the hitman found the wrong Daniel.
Testified at the at the trial.
Last story today is about Scott Cook here. And he says that during a trip to Vegas, he was in a casino that was really crowded. He had a few drinks and was rather buzzed. His wife had been in front of him. She was wearing a short red dress. Being a little horny, so to speak, he sees his wife bent over adjusting her shoe. He grabbed her hips and grinded his crotch right into her ass. The woman stands up, turns around, and says, "Excuse me," and then he sees the fist flying for his face. Her boyfriend clocked him right in the nose, broke his nose, and gave him 2 black eyes. He picks himself up from the floor, and then he sees his wife standing there looking at him like, what in the hell happened? They flew home the next day, and his wife enjoyed telling everyone the story that had happened. And that's what happens when you
Drink a little too much?
get a little drunk and then have a case of mistaken identity.
I can only imagine if the same thing happened when I was in Vegas. But luckily, I'm not the type of person that'll fucking dry hump your wife in the middle of a casino. What the fuck?
He had to have had more than a few beers.
Jesus.
Yeah, he got messed up on that one. Well, that'll be it for Panda Tales.
That's some good Panda Tales right there.
That's all right. Yeah. I'm glad you appreciate that, man. We normally enjoy our movie review with an adult beverage. And this adult beverage is Dough Ball. And the flavor is birthday cake. This was launched in August of 2021. Dough Ball is a new flavored whiskey from MPL Brands, one of the fastest growing beverage companies in the United States. Featuring notes of buttery vanilla, chocolate, and caramel, smooth out with hints of butterscotch. Dough Ball exudes flavors of warm cookie dough goodness in a delicious 70-proof whiskey, unapologetically unique, versatile, and approachable. This cookie dough whiskey can be enjoyed as a shot, sipped, or mixed in a cocktail. MPL Brands NV is a privately held import distribution, marketing, and sales company for innovative premium alcohol beverages. Dedicated to making award-winning ready-to-drink wine-based products, tequilas, hard seltzers, and other ready-to-drink offerings. The NPL mission is innovation, quality, and consistency. And I couldn't find any movies this is in. It's probably too new, but...
What, 3 years old?
But yeah, it's all right. You know, it's all right. Little Dough Ball. They have a cookie dough flavor and a birthday cake flavor I know of.
And they got a bulldog
as their mascot.
on there.
And I guess his name might just be Dough Ball.
Yeah.
I just like the sweet taste out, though. I mean, it still burns, but at least it's some sort of flavor to it.
Okay.
Nice flavor.
Okay, good choice. Let's get into our movie review.
Wait, let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude. You know, that or his dudeness or duder or, El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Are you employed, Mr. Lebowski?
Employed?
You like sex, Mr. Lebowski?
Is this your only ID?
You got the wrong guy. I'm the dude.
Your name's Lebowski.
Jeff Lebowski, the other Lebowski, the millionaire.
I received this ransom note this morning.
This is a bummer, man.
They want you to take the money and act as courier.
What do you mean, man? What the hell is this?
My dirty undies, dude. The whites. Let's take that hell! Why should we settle for 20 grand when we can keep the entire $1 million?
I know you're mixed up in all this.
Playing one side against the other in bed with everybody.
Blow on them.
Huh?
Fabulous stuff. What?
Who's sitting on $1 million?
We want some money.
Sitting in the trunk of our car.
Where's my damn money?
Say, dude, where is your car?
Who's got your undies, Walter?
This is a very complicated case, Maud. You know, a lot of ins, a lot of outs.
Is this your homework, Larry? And I would like my undies back.
A lot of strands to keep in my head, man.
Whoa! Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
I like your style, dude.
I have no choice but
to tell these bums to do whatever is necessary to recover their money from you.
They were Nazis, dude?
They were nihilists, man. They kept saying they believed in nothing. You figured, oh, here's a loser, you know, a deadbeat.
Well, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
You cannot drag this negative energy into the tournament.
Jeffrey,
Bond?
love me.
That's my robe.
I'm throwing rocks tonight.
It don't matter to Jesus. This could be a lot more complex. I mean, it's not just, it might not be just such a simple, you know?
Wow. What a trailer.
Pretty much told everything right there.
Yeah.
No, it didn't tell everything.
He ain't tell everything.
Yeah, you don't get to know the dude from that trailer.
What's that dude with the deep voice? What's his name?
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill. I met a dude in Shelbyville when I was eating breakfast that probably had the exact same voice, and I was so in awe of this thing. He had the country deep voice.
And he was like, "Hey there, Grizz."
Talking about stuff. Yeah, I had to farm. And I was sitting there, and I just want to go and talk to this dude, man.
Well, we are reviewing the Big Lebowski, which is a cult, has a cult following, is what they say. Where you can watch this at is nowhere. Couldn't find it anywhere, so you'll have to buy it on digital or physical. This was directed by Joel Cohen and his brother Ethan Cohen. They normally directed their movies jointly, but Joel was given the credit for directing and Ethan was given the credit for producing. But they also did Raising Arizona, Fargo, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, The Lady Killers, No Country for Old Men, Burn After Reading, True Grit, and The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Have y'all seen any of those?
Y'all seen all but two.
Okay.
I've seen none of those.
Oh, wow. Well, you got to check out that Ballad for Buster Scruggs because,
It's crazy.
yeah, they got Liam Neeson's in there, and he ends up trading his no-armed and no-hand companion for a chicken that can count. It's
Sounds like I need to be drunk for that one, too.
well, that is something, man. But True Grit, the remake, that is with Jeff Bridges in there as well. So they are Jeff Bridges fans. Lady Killers has Tom Hanks in there, and one of the Wayans, Marlon Wayans.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. I think they try to plan on robbing a bank, and they stand at this old church lady's house, but it's pretty funny. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes.
And then all them saggy bottom boys, soggy bottom boys.
Aim a man.
Constant sorrow. Raising Arizona with Nicolas Cage. That one's pretty good. And No Country for Old Men. Josh Brolin.
What do you say?
Call it. Call it. This movie is starring Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi, David Huddleston, John Turturro, and Philip Seymour Hoffman. It came out on March 6th in 1998. Other movies that came out in March of 98 were The U.S. Marshals, Everest, The Man with the Iron Mask, Wild Things, and Primary Colors. You ever seen any of those?
None of them.
I've seen a couple of them, yeah.
Okay. Well, it made $46.7 million on a $15 million budget.
Kind of surprised by that, but okay.
Sounds like we got a hater in the building. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and get into the plot of this bad boy. Jeff the Dude Lebowski is mistaken for Jeffrey Lebowski, who is the Big Lebowski, which explains why he's roughed up and has his precious rug peed on. In search of recompense, the dude tracks down his namesake, who offers him a job. His wife has been kidnapped and he needs a reliable bagman, aided and hindered by his pals Walter Sobchak and a Vietnam vet, and Donnie, master of stupidity. That's about it. We start off with this scenic, slow-moving shot of California desert, we're following a tumbleweed.
I don't get why. What's with the tumbleweed?
And we hear the voice of the stranger, who's played Sam Elliott, not Sam Neill. Sam Neill's from Jurassic Park, my bad. Sam Elliott is narrating.
Deep voice.
Yeah, he's narrating about the dude, and he's talking about he hasn't seen, and some stuff he hasn't seen, and some stuff he has seen. He's just talking about his life pretty much, and then how he's impressed by the dude. And he's going to tell you a story about the dude. And as he's speaking of the dude, we end up seeing him in a grocery store, played by Jeff Bridges. It's Jeff Bridges. That's my hair. And he's in the grocery store, and he's sniffing a carton of half and half.
Okay, first off, do people actually drink half and half like milk?
I would assume so.
Because he literally opened it up and took a sip of it.
Half cream, half milk.
Hey.
That seems nasty.
What's more important is it was only 69 cents.
And he wrote a check for it. He didn't have change.
He wrote a check for some 69 cents. That's it. That's crazy. But he then heads home after the grocery store, and upon opening his door, he's attacked by two guys, one of which shoves his head into the toilet while continually asking, "Where's the money, Lebowski? You got the money, Lebowski? Where's the money, Lebowski?"
First off, if you're getting a swirly, can you hear the questions being asked? Like, your head's underwater in the toilet bowl.
I think you were screaming.
I don't think this was technically a swirly.
Because the toilet's not flush.
Yeah, they didn't flush.
Oh, there's a difference?
Yeah, this guy's just getting his head dunked in water.
Oh,
If you, that's what the whole swirly is. You hit the thing and it swirls.
I didn't know that.
Well, yep, there's that. So he keeps asking, where's the money, Lebowski? Your wife owes Jackie Treehorn, so you owe Jackie Treehorn. We need the money, Lebowski. Yeah, and so as he's dunking his head in the third time, he brings the dude's head up, and he's like, "Where's the money, Lebowski?" And the dude's like, "I know it's in there. Just give me one more look."
Let me take another one.
Why would you do that shit?
He's talking shit, man. So after they get him up, they tell him, you're married and your wife owes this much, and he's like, "What?
I'm not married."
Yeah, he tells him, "Is there a ring on this finger, dude?"
Did you notice that when he lifted his hand, it was his right hand, not his left hand, which would have a ring on it?
No, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But Wu, the other guy who was in the room or the house as well, starts peeing on his rug.
Why are you gonna pee on somebody's rug?
Yeah, and the dude tries to tell him, "Don't do that, man." But he tells him he's not married, and that the first guy who was dunking his head into the thing finds a bowling ball. And he's like, "What the fuck is this?" To which the dude replies, "Well, obviously you're not a golfer." And they do end up realizing they're at the wrong house because the guy they were supposed to be shaking down is supposed to be a millionaire. They're in an apartment.
First of all,
Like, what do you say? This is like a house that's with somebody's married. This is a bachelor pad, man. And it's like, oh, it's a shithole.
so my thing is one, how did they even get in the house? Two, how long did they even wait before he got there? So they were waiting in the living room. They should have looked around and be like, okay, this is definitely not a millionaire's house. But also, if you're going to be looking at people's name, you would have already seen that there was two Jeff Lebowskis. You would think that you would have looked at both of them and be like, okay, this one's a shithole. This other one is a fucking mansion. That is going to be our Lebowskis. And then also, if you look at people's name, you see who they're married to and the address that's attached to it.
This is supposed to be back in the 1990s. This was set back then, so they didn't have all that information. Back
How
then.
they come up with that?
Next, they end up leaving. Next, we see a scene of a bowling alley and a lot of people bowling. And this is where we meet Walter and Donnie. And they are talking about how to get the rug replaced. And Walter suggesting that he needs to check this aggression. And he needs to go find the other Lebowski, the one they were looking for, and get his rug replaced. But every time that Donnie speaks, Walter yells at him, like, tell him to shut the fuck up, man. Just shut up, Donnie. That's fucked up, man. Donnie just takes it, man. But Walter tells the dude that the other Jeff Lebowski should pay for the rug.
How did he even get to this conclusion? Like, if I would have done that, I would have called the police for breaking and entering. I mean, they can't really do anything for the piss on the rug beyond cleaning it. But I mean, is it that hard to take the rug outside, pour some soap on it, and spray it down and hang it up?
Well, like a rug doctor.
So Walter gasses him up. He gasses old dude up to go down there to talk to Jeff Lebowski.
Am I wrong?
But no, I guess not. Now, sometime later, the dude is being given a tour of Lebowski's house. And his assistant, Brant, who is Philip Seymour Hoffman, is showing him and talking about all these pictures and how great Mr. Lebowski is. You know, he's met the president. He's done this. He did this for inner city kids. You know, he's adopted this and then that. Just really, really laying it on thick that he loves this guy. He loves his boss. But he tells the dude to not touch something, and the dude does it one more time before moving on. He's like, don't touch that. And he's like, one more time. And he finally gets into a meeting with Jeffrey Lebowski, who is played by David Huddison. The dude tries to explain what happened, you know, about the rug and everything. And yeah. And then Mr. Lebowski is like, yeah, Brant explained the situation. What of it? Jeffrey Lebowski is very rude, and he is not willing to pay for a new rug. And he starts in on this speech about the bums are losing the war. You're going to come in here, I'm a hard-working man who works everything I have. You're a bum. He just keeps going off on him, man.
Such a douchebag.
Fucking hate Higgins, man. It's like Eric Cartman.
Well, the dude, you know, he's calm, man. And he's just going with it. And he's like, he figures he's not getting anywhere with it. So he ends up leaving, closing the door behind him while he's still shouting, the bombs have lost the war. That's when Brant approaches the dude and says, how was your meeting? He says, oh, it was okay. He told me to take any rug in the house.
I feel like that was rightly deserved.
Yeah.
By how
I'm
being such a douchebag he was.
I'm saying that shit, motherfucker yell at me. Fuck you.
So Brant and an assistant end up grabbing whatever rug the dude wants, and they start escorting him outside the house.
But you can tell in this scene, the dude takes great offense for being called Mr. Lebowski or Sir or Jeff Lebowski.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm the dude. I'm
the
dude.
duder.
That's why I said, hey, Mr. Lebowski.
Dude. Yeah.
They're like, what? Nothing.
But did you guys catch that he did go to college in that scene too? What the hell did he go to college for?
Who?
Dude. They were talking about the picture frame when Brant was talking about the kids being, and he was like, yeah, I went to college, but like I didn't really do anything with it.
I don't think he graduated. Did he?
I don't know. That's what I caught. I'm like, what did he do? Because he
I don't know.
He don't got a job, I guess.
Philosophy.
I don't know what he's doing for money. But as he leaves with the rug, he's being escorted by Brant the butler. The dude sees a cute girl, fine little girl, painting her toenails on a pool lounge chair.
He just stopped right in front of her.
He walks right up to her and just starts smiling. It's so weird. And I guess she's not bothered by it, so she just sticks her foot out there. And we're introduced to Jeffrey Lebowski's wife, Bunny, who's played by Tara Reid. And she tells the dude, blow.
How in the hell are you going to ask a random ass man, any person in general, to blow on some feet? That's weird.
Yeah, the dude's like, what?
No.
Blow. Oh, you want me to blow on your toes? And the dude's like, you don't think he'll mind? And he looks out. We see a guy in the pool lounge knocked out, I guess by passing out by drinking too much because there's an alcohol battle out there. And she's like, oh, no, that's Uni. He's a nihilist. And the dude's like, oh, that must be exhausting. To her response is, I'll suck your cock for $1,000.
I completely missed this the first time I watched this. And then the second time I watched it was subtitles. I had to rewind that shit. And I was like, what did she say? She did not just say that.
Yep. And Brant just starts having a good nostril flaring laugh on this one.
He can watch for $100, but he got paid $100.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, Brant can't be there unless he pays $100 to watch. What the fuck? And that's when Brant's like, all right, Miss Lebowski, we got to go.
That's fucking wild.
He was like, I'm going to go to the bank.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to go find a cash machine. But
$1,100 or that's $100?
It's $1,000 for her to do it. And for Brant to watch, Brant has to pay
$100, yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, later that night, we see Donnie bowling with Walter and the dude.
He brought a damn dog.
Walter had a dog who he says is a Pomeranian.
Not a
Ex-wife shit.
But but he lets the dog out, and it's a Yorkshire Terrier. And while he's explaining why he has the dog, Walter notices a guy step over the line while bowling on the opposite team.
Oh.
And he calls a foul. And they have some words about what to market, and Walter explains why it is important to follow the rules.
As he fucking goes into his bag.
Well, first off, Smokey who's played by Jimmy Dale Gilmore, pushes back. He's like, I just step over the line. It's not no problem, whatever. And then, that pisses Walter off, and he goes into his bag.
Reaches into his bag, pulls out a piece, and points it at him.
Pulls out a gun and just starts yelling, "Market zero! Market zero!" To which they market zero.
Like, hey, if we got a gun, I ain't gonna get shot over both.
Yeah.
While the dog is still out of the carrier. Like, where'd the dog go? It's just roaming around?
Yeah, once they marked it zero, Walter puts the gun away and he sits down.
Yeah, they call the police.
And he's like, it's a league game. It's a league game. That's his excuse for this. It's a league game. It's a league game. Yeah, and they do call the police.
But they left Donnie in there. The dude and Walter went out, and Walter was like, I'm calm. You're more emotional than I am, talking about the dude. But they left Donnie in there.
Yeah,
while the police came.
They do end up walking outside, and Walter's carrying the dog carrier to the car, but the dog is walking alongside them. And he gets in the car. He doesn't put the dog in the car. He puts the carrier in the car, and the dog is just out.
So stupid. How are you going to make the assumption that this dog is going to listen to you?
Well, the dude's telling him to take it easy. And Walter explains how he is calmer than the dude. And the police show up eventually after they're done having their conversation. And I think this is a shot at L.A. or California police and their timing. Because they probably finished their game of bowling and then went out to the car and about to leave, and the police finally show up. They don't even catch them.
They run inside like there's an active shooter in there.
Right after they already left. So this would be a hindsight for me. If I had a friend that pulled a gun on a bowling game, I would not be friends with them. Be like, you are unwell. Let's figure out where we can get you in at, because something's wrong with you.
He was a man.
Mm-hmm.
He needs help.
Well, the next day, the dude's listening to his voicemails, and he gets a few of them. One is from Smokey saying that he's telling the league about the events that happened. 2 is from Brant, who wants him to call them. And 3 is from the league manager telling them that they are suspended / disqualified for the events that happened unless they can work something out or something. And then there's a knock at the door, and it's the dude's landlord, who is playing a gig or a play, like an amateur, like a T-Pack type play. Performance arts. Yeah, that's what he was saying. And he wants the dude to come, tell him about it, give him a little review on it. But then he also says, just put the rent under my door, or give me the rent.
Such a pushover, or weak, or something. Like he would not be. He would be a nice person to be friends with, but as a landlord, he's just going to screw himself over because he ain't getting his money.
And then there was a 4th voicemail from Brant again, saying that they wanted to see the dude.
I don't get why a dude called him back.
Well, the dude next we end up seeing the dude at Lebowski's house again, and he's staring off into the fire. Jeffrey Lebowski is when the dude comes in, and he's talking about what makes him mad.
Man can cry.
He does say that. Man can cry. He gives the dude the ransom letter, and the dude says, well, that's a bummer. And he's like, what? That's a bummer, man. That's all you say to this guy's wife who's been kidnapped?
But also, why?
He's thinking, like, what the fuck does it got to do with me?
Exactly. Why is he even there? Why did he call him back? Why did he even go there? Like, hindsight, he got a replacement rug. He stole the replacement rug. Block their number. You have nothing to do with them anymore.
Well, they wanted help, and I feel like it's kind of a yes man type of adventure. Somebody offers you an opportunity to do something. He's just like, I ain't doing nothing else. Let's do it.
Yeah, but he didn't know any of that stuff. He literally stole a rug from this man. He didn't know what this dude was wanting in the first place.
Could have wanted his rug back.
Exactly. So he didn't seem like a confrontation type of person. So he should have just ignored the
I don't know. So far in this movie, he's kept a level head, and he's dealt pretty cool with it. So I think he just goes with the flow, man. Whatever's whatever. Jeffrey Lebowski does explain to the dude that his wife was kidnapped, gave him the ransom note, and it's just terrible.
So on the ransom note, they were wanting $20 in $1 million. Like they're just wanting $20 bills worth $1 million. That's a lot of fucking $20 bills.
But you notice how whenever he had the ransom note, he was like, hand the ransom note. And Brant handed him the ransom note, and he just stood there like a robot. Like his hands are out and everything. Like, I don't know. It was weird. Brant is a weird individual. But Brant will, he tells Lebowski, get out of here, and Brant will give you the details. Brant would like the dude to act as a courier for the exchange.
That's so weird. Why are you going to get a random-ass stranger to do this? If your wife's life is on the line,
well,
random-ass stranger.
You know, that's true. But I guess, I don't know. He trusts the dude, you know? He's the dude, man.
I'm already lost. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Hey, things happen, okay? They just, I mean, we'll get later on and explain why they chose the dude. But yeah, you know, it's kind of weird. But, you know, the dude just goes with it because he's a dude. And the next scene, after Brant had given, did he give him the money then?
No,
he just gave him the job. Just told him to be ready for it, right?
Yeah, because he had to come back to get it.
Okay, so he just gave him the job, told him information, if he would accept it, and then he did end up doing it. So next we see this guy who is bowling in a purple like jumpsuit.
Licking the bowling ball before he rolls the ball.
So we meet Jesus. John Turturro, and he's bowling in his beautiful jumpsuit, and he makes a strike. And he looks at the dude, Donnie and Walter, and he blows a kiss. And Walter's so stone-faced just looking at him. Just so
how's this motherfucker not banned from
not
the bowling
angry,
alley?
but confused.
He pulled a gun.
Yeah, he's back.
How is he even
He's
there?
back. And he's just bowling. He's still bowling. So I guess they made some arrangement where they're still into the competition. They're still in the league.
And also, did you notice Jesus has one long painted pinky nail?
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
That's a cocaine finger.
Yeah, it does.
You take a scoop of it.
No,
do you snort it or lick it?
You sniff it.
I feel like if you got
Good
a
shit.
long ass and you put it in your gum, you're going to cut your gum.
Well,
he said something about the gun, too, though.
Walter says that, you know, he's a sex offender, right? He was exposing himself to an 8-year-old.
He did say that.
Also, how is he at a bowling alley? There is kids at the bowling alley.
Well, the dude says that they gave him $20,000 and a beeper. So they did pay him, or they promised to pay him, and they gave him the beeper already because he has that on him. And Walter keeps talking shit to Donnie. You know, Donnie just says something. He's like, "Shut the fuck up, Donnie!" Like, why?
You have no dog in the fight. What do you say? You have no business here. Some shit.
Did you guys get the point where Walter was like, "Well, we're doing the league game. Like, you're not gonna cancel or go off and answer the phone call during the league game." And the dude's like, "Yeah, no. Like, I already explained. This is $20,000 on the line.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker don't got a job. You need to make sure you do whatever you can to get that $20,000."
Fucking rent.
Well, the dude suggests that Bunny kidnapped herself. And Donnie keeps saying, "I am the walrus. I am the walrus." And that sets Walter off again. And he's like, "Donnie, shut the fuck up." And he keeps talking about his time in Nam. And the dude says, "There's no connection with Vietnam in this right here." And that's when Jesus interrupts. And he says that he's going to fuck them up. And the dude says, "Well, that's like your opinion, man." Which is one of the most iconic quotes of this movie. But Jesus threatens him, and he threatens Walter. And he says if he pulls that gun out here, he's going to shove it up his ass and pull the trigger until it goes click. To which Walter said, he doesn't say anything in the moment. When Jesus leaves, he's like, "Fucking 8-year-old dude."
So also for the dude, he can't confirm that Bunny was faking this. So he's just making assumptions.
Yeah.
And then also, Donnie don't ever know what the hell Walter is talking about. He just, like, jumps into the conversations like, what are you talking about?
I am the walrus. Well, when we see the dude listening to headphones on his rug at home, when he opens his eyes, 3 people are standing over him.
How the fuck are these people keep getting in his house?
Bro, he's a pacifist.
Yeah, he don't lock
lock
the
his
door.
doors.
He don't lock the doors for real. Well, one of them punches him, starting a dream sequence of the dude flying before he ends up crashing and he wakes up on the floor.
This would be where he's been breaking and entering twice. He should have called the police the first time. The second time it happens, call the damn police. And then, like, I get it, they stole the rug, but that he stole, but also he got injured at the same time. So why is he not calling the police? Like, does he not believe in the police?
Listen, man, he just goes with the flow.
It's like your opinion, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he is awoken by the beeper going off. The dude is then seen walking with Brant back at the Lebowski home. Brant is explaining the drop-off rules, you know, what he's going to do with the money, how he's going to do it. And he hands the dude a briefcase and a phone.
One small briefcase that's supposed to hold $20 bills worth of $1 million.
Did they say it was all 20s?
Yeah, that's what the whole ransom note said at the bottom of the ransom note. Okay. $20 in what is it where it's unsequenced $20 bills.
Denomination, something like that.
Yeah, it said at the bottom of the ransom that it had to be $20 bills, but it equals $1 million. That's not going to fit in one small briefcase.
They wanted 20,000 in 20s, 10,000 in 10s. They want any 5s with that?
So that should have automatically been like, okay, this is not okay for the dude. This is not going to fit. He should have looked into it. I would have looked into the briefcase. Open the damn thing.
I don't know. It's like your opinion, but I mean.
Well, the dude, he hands the briefcase to the phone. The dude then picks up Walter at a pawn shop. And Walter gets in the driver's seat and tells the dude that they are going to throw a suitcase of his underwear to the kidnappers called the Ringer and keep the money.
How in the fuck? Like, that's so stupid. One, he's not a part of it. Two, greedy fucker. Like, it's $20, 20 grand.
I love how he interjects himself. Man. Fucking mission. Yeah, we're millionaires now. He's like, wait, we?
Exactly. Yeah. He gets a phone call from the kidnappers. And he's like, we're on the way. And then, they're like, we? And he's like, yeah, me and the driver, man. I can't hold the briefcase, answer the phone, and drive at the same time. And so they end up hanging up on him. And Walter's like, yeah, they'll call back. No worries. And they do end up calling back. Yeah. So they give him the instructions to where the meet at. And while they're going there, Walter says that the plan is he's going to grab one and beat him up. But they call and they tell them to throw the bag from the moving car. So this isn't a person-to-person exchange. They want them to throw the bag from a moving car over this bridge, and I guess they'll pick up the money and leave.
That's not an exchange. How do they know that Bunny is okay? How are you gonna get Bunny back? Like, that don't make sense either. How the fuck are Walter and the dude friends?
This changes the plan. So Walter ends up grabbing the Ringer, throwing it out the car. He decides to jump out the car too, tuck and roll with this cardboard tube that he had. And when he does, the cardboard tube that he had hit the ground and it starts going off. Turns out it was a Uzi in there. He had brought a gun.
How in the hell would that go off like that? Nothing's touching the trigger.
Well, it hit it and it went off and it shoots up the car, causing the car to have a flat tire. And the dude couldn't get in the driver's seat fast enough. So by the time he does get in there, it's too late to hit the brakes. He's done smashed into a pole. So he's wrecked the car. The kidnappers are seen running away on dirt bikes. And Walter says, he's yelling at them, hey,
got the money, or we have it.
Yeah, the dude's yelling, yeah, we got the money. No, come back. But I guess the gunshots frighten them off and they end up leaving. And Walter says, hey, fuck it, let's go bowling.
Okay.
$1 million taken.
Yes.
So they have this briefcase. And these motherfuckers still did not open the fucking briefcase to see what is in it, to be like, oh my God, I got $1 million. They still didn't open the fucking thing.
Skin off the top a little bit or something.
Ugh. That got on my nerves.
Well, so they're at the bowling alley, and the dude is just sitting letting the phone ring, because that phone is ringing off the hook. And the dude asks, what are we going to tell Lebowski? And Walter asks, like, there's no problem. He's just acting cool. Like, Well, Donnie says that they posted the next rounds, and Walter almost tells him to shut the fuck up before he realizes what he said. And he's like, the next rounds? Well, it turns out he has a scheduling conflict with the bowling, because it lands on
Shabbos.
Sober Shabbos is the way he says it, which is a Jewish holiday. Shabbos is considered the most important Jewish holiday. It's a time for Jewish people to remember the story of creation from the Torah, where God created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th. Traditionally, Jews keep Shabbat by resting, refraining from labor, and sharing meals with family. Other activities include studying, attending synagogue services, and reciting prayers. Before dinner, parents might bless their children, and the man of the house might recite a prayer over wine. The family might then eat dinner with 2 loaves of challah, a sweet, eggy bread shaped in a braid. Orthodox Jews do not work or travel on Shabbat.
These are the ones that don't use technology during their day, right? Or is this different?
I'm not sure about that.
He said he can't
do anything.
Yeah,
he's at home.
He don't do nothing. And this upsets the dude, because all of Walter's like, sober Shabbos. He's ignoring the bigger issue that he caused earlier. And this upsets the dude, so he gets up and leaves.
Which I'm starting to realize, like, the last two scenes, the dude isn't this, like, hippie high man that's just, like, calm, cool, and collected, just going with the flow. He's starting to get upset and emotional. And
somebody's life potentially is on the line.
Right.
Well, they end up leaving, all of them walking outside, Donnie, Walter, and the dude. And Walter says they're not going to do anything. We have $1 million sitting in the trunk of our car. They finally make it outside, and the dude's car is gone.
Car's gone. Car's gone, dude.
They left $1 million in the fucking trunk of a car.
Yeah,
and he's like,
go take that shit to a safe spot. Like, first of all, hindsight, look inside it, confirm, then go put it somewhere safe. Obviously not in dude's house because that motherfucker's getting broken into multiple times. So take it somewhere safe. But leaving it in the car.
Was it in the trunk, though? Because
Yes, they said it was in the trunk of the car.
Nobody ever looked in the trunk at all.
Well, they must have put it there.
At some point, it was getting put there.
Yeah.
But
it did park in a handicap zone, though, because that was like, well, maybe they towed your car.
Yeah, that's what Walter has said. And then Donnie's like, where's your underwear, dude? Because he said, oh, where's your underwear, Walter? Because Walter had put his underwear in that stupid-ass briefcase, the ringer, that he had thrown off the bridge.
Also, why didn't the dude, call the police from the bowling alley?
Listen, he walks home.
Yeah, he walks home.
Then he calls the police.
Well, and he couldn't call the police because he got a fucking phone in his hand.
He does that mobile phone. That weird mobile phone.
Yeah.
Fucking carry around.
Well, as the police are asking him what happened and how the car looked, the mobile phone just keeps on ringing. And he just keeps ignoring it. And he tells them that he has a briefcase full of papers, business papers, and that his rug was stolen as well. Then he gets a call on his home phone. And over the voicemail, you can hear a lady saying that I was the one who took your rug. And she wants to see him, the dude. And the cop's like, oh, well, there's one mystery solved right there. Yeah, these are one cop is a white cop, and he's like, yeah, kind of happy-go-lucky. And the other cop is a black cop who is just glaring at the dude.
Well, also, he was fucking with, I don't know, like a thing where he breaks down weed, like an ashtray. He's just fucking with that. And I'm thinking that the black cops are like, is this motherfucker serious right now? We're here right now, and he's just got weed out. But this is the scene where you for real realize that he is unemployed. Well, I guess from when he's seen Mr. Lebowski, but how in the hell does he pay rent? Get all his alcohol? Get this weed? Drive around in a car? How is he doing this?
I don't know how he get all these white Russians.
Yeah, he loves drinking White Russian. Every time chance he gets, he drink a White Russian. I think he might get disability checks or something. I don't know. I don't know how he getting his money to keep on living here. But whoever it was on that phone ended up sending a driver to pick him up, and he's driven to a place where he is to meet a lady who's going to help him out, who turns out to be Maud Lebowski, who's played by Julia Moore.
So when they introduce her, she is soaring across this warehouse, butt naked, throwing paint on a canvas on the ground.
Just dripping. It's Maud. Yeah, she's into this weird art, and she is the Big Lebowski's daughter, and that rug that he took was a gift from her late mother. So she thinks the whole situation is strange, the whole kidnapping situation. She says that Bunny is a nympho, and she shows him a porn with Bunny and the nihilist Uni, where he's a cable guy, and he comes over to fix her cable, and she ends up stopping the porno, and the dude's like, Maud's like, and you can imagine what happens next. And the dude's like, he fixes her cable.
Did y'all already talk about the fact that
she was flying butt naked?
Yeah, butt ass naked. And then the weird ass conversation about, I don't know, vaginas or something.
Yeah.
Weird ass conversations.
Yeah, and she was explaining her thoughts on the kidnapping, about how she thinks it's a setup. And she says that if he can get the money back because Mr. Lebowski, Jeffrey Lebowski, took that money from a charity that they both run, and if the dude can get that back, she'll give him 10%, or was it $10,000 or something?
That's $100,000.
Yeah, he said $100,000.
I think she was going. How much was she going to give him?
$100,000.
Are you sure?
Yes, because the dude.
Because I thought Treehorn was going to give him more later on.
No, Treehorn. So this is where I was kind of a little fucked up, because it was 10% and it was $100,000, and the dude said it correctly. But then when he talked to Treehorn, who's like, "Oh, 10%, oh, $5,000." Was that when he was already gotten drugged and his mind was already drugged up to be not working correctly? Because that was the thing. I was like, you said the right answer, before, but then now you got the wrong answer?
So she says she'll give him 10%, which is $100,000 if he can bring that money back. She then apologized for his jaw because she was a part of the group that broke into his house while he was listening to his headphones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one guy punched him. And so she sends him to a doctor who she says is very thorough.
So didn't they mention in this scene again about nihilist?
Yeah, she was talking about the Uni who was on that porno that she showed him.
I had a Google. I have never heard that word before. Do y'all know what that means?
Nope.
Yeah, he's a nihilist. He don't believe in nothing.
Yeah, it's a person who believes that life is meaningless and rejects all religious and moral principles.
Must be exhausting. Well, in the ride home, the limo driver is very friendly, and they're telling jokes and stuff, past bumps, whatever. But when he gets out of when he gets to his destination and gets out, the driver says, "Hey, who's your friend back there? They've been following us for a while." And it's a little Volkswagen where the dude looks back, but he doesn't have time to register who it is because he ends up getting grabbed by another guy and shoved into another limo where we see the Big Lebowski, and he is angry, and he wants to know, where is my money? Well, the dude says that he has new info, man. You know, new things have come to light, man.
Things are shaking out, man. I'm trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah. And the dude tells Lebowski, you know, have you considered she kidnapped herself? The dude asks, hasn't that ever occurred to you, man? And Brant's like, no, that has never occurred to us, dude. Well, they end up giving him an envelope with a toe in it.
Why did he pick this toe up?
The Big Lebowski told the dude that he told the kidnappers to find their money with the dude. He said, you know, I've been given no other choice, that you have the money, and he's going to tell these kidnappers to do whatever means necessary to find their money from you.
How did he not think that this was going to happen?
And whatever harm shall come to Bunny shall be revisited upon you tenfold. So he was very upset.
Well, yeah, he's trying to get his damn money.
Yeah.
Well, he wants his wife.
Mm-hmm. He's pretty.
Well,
he kept saying about his money.
The next day, the Walter and the dude are in a cafe talking, and Walter tells the dude that he thinks that wasn't her toe, and the dude is confused on where would they get a toe, and Walter's like, I can get you a toe by this afternoon with nail polish. And then the waitress comes over and she asks Walter to quiet down because he's speaking a little loud, and he goes off again about how he and his brothers died face down in the mud for people to be able to do stuff like this. And the dude's like, no, I'm out of here. And
he is so unwell.
Yeah, and the dude leaves, and Walter stays. He's like, yep, I'm staying and enjoying my coffee. I'm staying, and I'm going to enjoy my coffee. Well, the next thing, the dude is seen taking a bath, you know, having some breakdown time while he's letting the voicemail catch some more calls again, while someone breaks into his house.
Hold on, he is like smoking the smallest joint to the point he has to hold up a tool.
There's a roach clip.
That poor? Like... Wait, there's a name? There's a name to that?
It's called a roach clip. And that's what he uses to smoke his joints so he can get every bit of that little weed out of there.
Did not know I had a name.
There you go, girl. There you go. Well, someone breaks into his house and they just start breaking shit. They're just hitting shit with bats and stuff. And they end up seeing him in the bath. And the dude's like, hey, this is a private residence, man.
Who the fuck are these three dudes? And why do they carry a ferret? Like, what the fuck?
But a nihilist.
Yeah, but he doesn't panic or anything. He's just like, hey, this is a private residence, man. Like, they're going to leave. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
After breaking his
He doesn't
stuff?
freak out. He doesn't try to get up. He doesn't try to fight him or nothing. He's just chilling there. Well, they end up walking back to him, and they're walking with a ferret on a leash to the bathroom. And the dude looks at it and he's like, oh, nice marmot, man. And they throw the ferret into the water, and it starts freaking out. He starts freaking out.
He's drowning the shit out of this damn marmot.
This is where I'm like, did they truly use a fucking ferret? Because, like, okay, because the thing was freaking the fuck out, and you can hear squealing. Okay, if it's under fucking water, you ain't gonna hear shit because it's drowning.
That thing was freaking out.
And then they pull the ferret out. So did they truly use a real fucking ferret for this scene?
Well, they tell him to have their money, or they will cut off his Johnson.
Wiggly penis.
And he says, what? And they say, well, cut off your Johnson.
Okay, who the fuck are these people?
I don't know. But I thought this was funny, too. We didn't mention this earlier, but when he was with Maud, she asked him, does he like sex? You know, coitus, there's love making, blah, 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 blah. Some people like it. Some nymphos just have to do it, blah, blah, blah. You know, with your Johnson. And he's like, Johnson? And the nihilist said that again here. So I don't know. Maybe they hang out in the same circles or something. Well, the next day, the police officer is talking to the dude about finding his car. They found it in the junkyard.
So did you catch when he first talked to the police officer is like, what's the color of the car? And he's like, oh, it's green with some rust color. And you see this shit. There ain't no green. There is not one drop of green left.
Oh, rust color.
Yeah, well, the police officer explained to him what does and doesn't work on the car now because I guess it was wrecked or whatever. So the driver door doesn't work anymore. It's got to get into the passenger side. And the dude says, do you have any leads, man? And the officer starts cracking up. He's like, yeah, we got 4 or 5 guys rotating on this project here.
Why is he such a smart ass?
Yeah, he was fucking cracking up. But back at the bowling alley, the dude is telling Donnie and Walter what happened, and Walter's telling him, no one's going to cut your dick off, man.
No, he said the Johnson.
And the dude says he could just be sitting with pee stains on his rug, but he's taking Walter's advice, and this led him to where he is now.
So Donnie ended up saying after he was talking about his Johnson, Donnie was like, well, what do you need that for? Does he imply that dude don't have sex?
Well, Walter tells him to buck up, and you can't bring that negative energy into the tournament. And the dude says, fuck the tournament, and fuck you, Walter. And that sets Walter off, so him and Donnie end up leaving dude at the bar in the bowling alley.
He definitely ain't calm no more.
Yeah, and while the dude is just sitting there alone at the bar, a stranger comes up next to him, just sitting having a drink, and it's a
cowboy getup.
Yeah, it is a cowboy, and he asked for, you got any good of that good sarsaparilla?
Sarsaparilla. What the fuck is sarsaparilla?
I don't know. We might have to have that on the show one time, man. Get some good old sarsaparilla.
It looked like a beer.
Yeah, it is a
right?
beer. Well, he's drinking out of a beer bottle, so I assume it's a beer. Okay, the stranger says to the dude, a wise man once told me, sometimes you eat the bar, and sometimes the bar eats you.
Okay, did he say bar in a very country accent? Because the subtitle said bear.
Yeah,
B-E-A-R.
He meant bear.
Okay, because I was so fucking lost. I'm like, did they fuck up on the subtitles? Or did they mean that? What does that even fucking mean?
Yeah, well, that's it.
And then also, does this dude even know this cowboy? Is it a complete stranger?
He's a stranger. Yeah, okay. He's the stranger. And he's like, what is that, some kind of Eastern thing? And then the stranger's like, far from it. Far from it. Okay. And he says, I like your style, dude. And the dude says, hey, I like your cowboy style. And the stranger says, but do you have to use so many cuss words? And the dude immediately says, the fuck you talking about? And the stranger says, well, have it your way. And he leaves. He did get a call at the bowling alley from Maud telling him that he didn't see the doctor that she had recommended and that she would like to see him when he arrives at the place.
Why does he keep coming back to these people's houses?
He's just being asked to go, man. I'll tell you, it's one of those things, dude. If you get an opportunity to do something that you've never done, just do it. Just do it. I mean, as long as you don't feel like you're going to be a danger or anything, just do it.
Yeah, especially if motherfucker got money like this bitch do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's free alcohol, too, because he keeps drinking those White Russians.
Mm-hmm. So he arrives back at the Maud's place, and there's this little bald-headed man sitting in his chair, and he asks the dude, hello, you want something to drink? And the dude says, yeah, White Russian. And he tells the dude the bar's over there. Why the fuck you ask him?
They mentioned the friend with the cleft asshole. Was that from the dude or from the bald-headed guy?
I don't know. That dude keeps asking the dude about himself. And he's like, who are you, man? Mm-hmm. And that's when Maud shows up.
Also, this dude's just giggling way too much.
Yeah, and
like,
the dude,
what the fuck?
The dude tells Maud that her mother was actually kidnapped. And she says, no, she wasn't. And she isn't my mother. And Maud explains who Uli is, the nihilist. And she says that Uli is a musician and he's pretending to be the abductor. She explains who the snickering bald guy is too and tells the dude that she doesn't want him feeling any latent effects from, I guess, getting punched in the jaw. And he's like, what effects?
So it is confirmed that these German people that kidnapped Bunny is a friend of Bunny's.
Yep, the porn actor that she
was
right. Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, this ain't like real. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, so he tells him that the nihilist, Uli, is some kind of German musician, and that the whole idea is to, get the kidnapping, get the money, and then let, Bunny go. The bunny money, that bunny money. And while he's explaining this, this little bald-headed dude is just snickering up a damn storm. He just thinks shit's so fucking funny. Yes, just like that. And the dude just keeps looking at him like,
what the fuck is happening?
Who is this guy? And the phone starts to ring, and the bald-headed dude is just like, he's like, well, should I answer it? So he does end up answering it. And he tells Maud, hey, it's Sandra about the Benile. And so he's like, I'm sorry, dude, I have to take this. So she ends up answering the phone, and the dude, well, whatever, some kind of fucking joke. Yeah, there's some kind of joke on the phone that just cracks her the hell up. The bald-headed dude is still on his phone, so they're just both laughing. The dude is just looking at both of them like, what the fuck is funny? He's just standing there watching them both.
But definitely Maud was like, go to the doctor. Like, go to the one that I told you about.
And so later, the dude does go. He ends up going to the doctor, and the doctor is checking him out for everything, and he's listening to headphones while the doctor's doing his thing. Well, he asks him, he says, hey, I need you to take your shorts off. The dude's like, no, she hit me right here, man.
He said, she hit me right here. She didn't hit him.
Yeah, it was the dude did.
Yeah, so he fucked up right there.
But he's like, yes, I understand. Can you pull down your shorts?
Did he actually pull his fucking pants down?
No, I don't think you've seen it in the movies.
You didn't see it, but he did.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why?
I mean, he looks
that?
like he's over 45. And if you're a guy and you're over 45, you got to get prostate exams.
There you go.
He's there.
It doesn't matter.
For a jaw.
He's there for a jaw. They would not ever.
He's very,
like,
she said he was very thorough.
He should have questioned that a little harder.
Later on, the dude is driving and smoking with his roach clip. He sees the Volkswagen that the limo driver had mentioned earlier. He sees in his rearview mirror. And while he wasn't paying attention, he ends up dropping the roach clip.
No. He flicked it. He flicked it out of the window that the window was not
Oh, the
down.
window can't roll down no more.
Right.
Oh, he tried to flick it out.
So he just automatically flicked it. I guess out of natural, like what he always does.
Yeah, he tried to do it out the window.
Right.
And it didn't go. It went right back in his lap, burned his shit. So he quits paying attention to the road and he does. He wrecks into a trash can.
Yeah.
And while he's almost trying to get out the car, he quits attempting to get out, doesn't really find the embers that could burn his whole car up. He does look back in the driver's seat and finds a graded paper in the driver's seat from some kid. And then we see Donnie and the dude at some amateur play. The one the landlord was talking about earlier, when Walter comes in this nice suit and tells the dude about the kid who stole his car and who the kid's father is. And the father is the writer of a show called Branded that I guess Walter's a big fan of. And his plan is that they're going to go out there and scare the kid and get the money, and that's it.
But Walter assumes that he's going to get part of this money. It's never been established from the very beginning that Walter is in on this and getting any sort of money. Mm-hmm. Why does he keep thinking he's going to get the money? Any money.
Walter's helping, man, okay? He's a soldier.
Also, it's very nice of them to still go and show support to this,
Like I said, man, he's one of those, if you have an opportunity to do something, just do it.
Even though that shit looks horrible.
Oh, it is terrible.
By the way, guys, you can catch me at
oh, shit.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, man, you're going to have a one-man play, man.
One-man play, man. I'm going to dress up in a leotard.
Oh, shit.
I will say 100% we'll come to support you.
Yeah, we'll come.
But
we won't recommend.
Best believe we'll be laughing our asses off.
Do the exact same dances.
Well, they end up pulling up to the house where they think this kid has the money, and they see that there's a nice new Corvette in the street in front of the house. And the dude obviously has no concept of what $1 million is, because he's like, oh, man, he already spent all the money. And Walter replies, new vet? Hardly, dude.
But also they're just automatically making the assumption that this is the kid's car. Like, logically, how in the hell is a kid going to buy a brand new car? He's still in high school.
Money talks.
Yeah, money.
Yeah, cash talks.
Yeah, you got a lunch,
right?
Man, you got a
or cash walks.
Whatever, but
cash walks and talks, okay? Yeah, you go to a damn dealership and some kid has like 100,000 straight cash and he's like, I want this Nissan Sentra right now. and the kid's like 15, 16, do you really think that car dealership would be like, oh, you have 100,000? Okay. Yeah, you're going to give him that damn car. He don't give a fuck. He going to sign that shit out.
Even though its interest like 14.
Yeah. It's $100,000, bro. That's what I'm saying. Well, they end up knocking on the door, and Walter introduces himself to, I guess, is the mother, or is it the caretaker?
I don't know. After watching the scene, she wasn't stepping in after they were addressing the kid. So, and you never seen her again after she called the kid down.
So maybe the caretaker.
Maybe.
And she is like Hispanic, has broken English.
But also, why is she letting these rando people into
she thought they were
house?
She thought they were police, and because she lets them in, and they had to sit on a couch. And Walter sees this guy in this iron lung, and it's this huge machine just to keep this guy breathing. Is what an iron lung is back in the day. And he just starts yelling, "And a good day to you, sir," as if he had said something first, like. The fuck? And he starts going in on, we're really big fans of your show,
The personal level.
Is this guy even conscious?
Yeah, and then he asked the ladies, like, does he still write? He said, no, he's very sick, very sick. So the kid comes down, and she tells him, hey, the police are here. And he's like, oh, no, ma'am, we didn't want to give the impression that we were police exactly. That's when Walter and the dude start questioning this kid. Walter pulls out a piece of paper, the graded paper, in this, like, evidence bag, and he's like, is this your paper? Is this your graded paper?
This kid is just...
Is this your paper, Larry?
He didn't say one word.
A goddamn word. Not an acknowledgement, not a yes, not a nothing.
I'm curious to know how much he got paid, because he literally said nothing.
I'm curious if he's an invalid, okay? He might be an invalid.
You said that so wrong.
Listen, he is an invalid, because he don't say nothing. He's kind of just dumbstruck, and Walter just keeps asking, hey, have you seen this? Is this your paper? Is this your paper? And then the dude's like, we know it's his paper. Did you steal the money? But he don't really give the dude a chance to speak. He don't give the kid a chance to speak. He just keeps on just talking to this kid, like
escalating.
And he's like, oh, you're not going to say nothing? Well, I'm going to show you what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. And then he constantly keeps saying that. He says, keep watching, Larry, because this is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass.
Little prick trying to stonewall me.
So he goes out to the dude's car, into the trunk, grabs a crowbar, goes to the new Corvette, and keeps telling, Larry, I hope you're watching, because this is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. And just continues to beat the shit out of this new Corvette.
They do not have the money to replace nothing on this. They made the assumption that Larry bought this car.
Oh, shit.
And where is the Hispanic lady at? She's just gone?
She went back to cleaning. Need more lemon pledge.
Yeah.
Well, a guy finally comes out from the neighbor's house, and he's like, I bought this car last week. Car last week.
Why does this motherfucker put his nice ass car in the street in the first place? Why didn't you put it in your driveway?
And then Walter's like, whoa, I'm sorry. Because the neighbor ends up getting the crowbar from Walter. And he takes it and starts beating the dude's windows out. And the dude's like, no. So he has no windows.
That does not equal up to the damage that was done to the Corvette.
Well, they finally end up leaving. And they're driving with no windows in the car. I guess they visited...
Eating the In-N-Out burger.
Yeah, they visited a burger shop.
That's near the place.
The dude gets home, and we see that he's on the phone with Walter, and he's telling him, hey, I accept your apology, and that I just want to handle it by myself. And Walter's like, are you at home? And the dude's like, yeah, you're calling me at home. Like, it's not on a cell phone. You're calling him at his house. This is his house phone. You're at home. And so the dude is he's doing a little project. He's got a 2x4 that he's nailing on the floor, and he ends up putting a chair against the door.
It's a pretty smart idea.
Yeah, so that nobody can break into his house again.
I think this is the first time that I truly laughed in this movie.
Well, I guess the dude didn't realize that his door is not a push to open.
It fucking opens.
It's a pull to open. And so they end up just pulling open the door, and the chair falls, and it's Jackie. It's Jackie Treehorn's men. And the dude looks down at the thing like, oh, shit. Well, that's something.
Well, also, when he was talking to Walter, he was getting very upset with him because he was just like, fuck you, Walter. And he should have just done this himself. Like, this should have been something himself to do.
Jackie Treehorn's men tell him that this time you are the Lebowski that Jackie Treehorn wants to see. So they end up taking him to this like Burning Man-like celebration where we see these naked, or not naked, but topless women being tossed up on this little trampoline.
This is the second time that you see titties in this movie. First time was with Maude, and then this is the second time.
No, this is the third time.
What was this other time? Because the first time was the Maude.
Showing the pornography. The little roommate lady didn't have... I noticed this stuff.
Oh, I didn't even notice that one.
He's doing better on the boob count than you are.
I know. I'm trying to keep up with the boob count.
Well, the dude is meeting Jackie Treehorn, and Jackie tells him that he's in the entertainment business, not the smut business. He wants to make movies with feeling.
But he does porn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not smut.
Okay, just wanted to confirm.
It's entertainment. But he wants to know where Bunny is. And he doesn't care about the $1 million that the dude is after. You know, he says, that's your thing. I just want the money that's owed to me by Bunny.
Well, wouldn't that $1 million pay him, though?
Yeah, but that's not his business. He just wants the money that's owed to him. He's not after somebody else's money. He just wants his money. And he tells the dude that if he can get it, he'll give him 10%.
And this is when he said $5,000. But
5 or 10, but we don't know how much she owes him, so it might not be $1 million. So it could be a different amount. Okay. And so he's like, the dude's like, oh, okay. Well, that sounds pretty cool. Well, the Jackie ends up getting a call, and he leaves the room after penciling something down on a notepad. So the dude goes over to the notepad, trying to do the little scribble, like shade in thing to see what was last written through the imprints. Turns out
it was a dick.
It was some little stick figure, low detail figure with a big old dick. So he crumbles it up and puts it in his pocket. Yeah. Well, Jackie comes back and he says, so do we have a deal? The dude says, yeah. You know, I'll tell you where the money is. This kid has it. We just saw him. You know, he lives on so-and-so street. The dude's not greedy. I just wanted my rug. And as he starts getting a little woozy, you start hearing the dude just wanted his rug. Jackie had
spiked his drink.
Yep, spiked his White Russian.
Because he ended up having, what, 1.5 of them?
Yeah, well, he fucked him up. And this enters us into another dream sequence where the dude is dancing and he's getting bowling shoes from Saddam Hussein. And the dude is dancing on a black and white staircase. You know, he's just getting it on, you know, some kind of cool late, like, what, 60s, 70s music.
Yeah, like 70s.
And these Vegas showgirls, they're also dancing around him with this Valkyrie-style Maud shows up. And they bowl a ball, which turns out to be the dude. So when they bowl it, turns out to be the dude floating. He's going through these showgirls' legs all the way to the pins, and he ends up hitting the pins. But then we see Uli in this red suit with a big pair of scissors coming to cut the dude. So he runs, and then we see Uli's friends, 2 other friends. They also have a big pair of scissors. So he just keeps on running, and the background keeps changing, and he ends up on this street running to where a police officer ends up being behind him, and then he wakes up in a police car.
If someone spikes your drink, you black out. How in the hell is he running anywhere?
I don't think he's really running. I think this is just his vision, because he wakes up in the back of a tree car. So I imagine he got drugged, and Jackie Treehorn was like,
I don't know. I think he
was running down the street, and a cop car was behind them.
Well, no. Both of you guys got this wrong. That was his dream. He woke up in the back of the car. Let me explain why. Because the next scene, he's thrown into the sheriff's office, where the sheriff tells him that Jackie had to eject him from his party. So when Jackie had to eject him from the party, that's when the police were called. They picked him up in a police car, took him to the sheriff's office.
But being ejected from the party does not mean that he wasn't running down the street.
If he was running down the street, why would the sheriff know that Jackie ejected him from the party? If he was just running down the street and he left on his own accord, Jackie don't give a damn.
Because obviously this police officer is in Jackie Treehorn's pockets.
That doesn't even make sense.
What do you mean? He said to get the Jackie Treehorn brings money into Malibu or to the beach thing.
Okay.
That
make it
we're
make
not
sense.
going. I'm trying to, but you keep interrupting. But he was saying that he brings a lot of money to this
He benefits the community. Okay.
Correct.
Go.
And that he is not going to stay here anymore. So obviously Treehorn called him and they
came and picked him up. Why would
Do you
Jackie...
see what I'm saying?
No, why would Jackie Treehorn call the police if he left on his own accord, started running down the street?
Because he still could have ejected him. And then he was running.
That doesn't make sense. How would he eject him if he's running down the street? Is he ejecting him from the whole state?
No.
What is making sense? That doesn't make
He could have
sense.
thrown him from the
Ejecting
party.
him from the whole town. Because
That would make sense. But Jackie didn't do that. He ejected him from the party, so the cops came and picked him up while he was drugged, and this is where we're at. You are making no sense.
What is your opinion, Grizz?
I mean, I've seen the movie clearly twice, 3 times, 2-3 times, and I've seen him twice running down the street in a police car behind him.
Correct.
In his vision. This is him dreaming.
I don't know. I thought he woke up in the middle of his vision.
Yeah,
Right.
in the police car.
Traded.
No, in the middle of the street.
Yeah, in the middle of the street. I mean
No, he didn't wake up in the middle of the street. He woke up in the police car, in the back of the police car.
let's find out.
I mean,
I do love his dance moves on the checkered floor, though.
this guy gets disruptive at a club. He leaves on his own accord, and they call the cops. Hey, there's a guy. We had to eject him out of here. Well, where is he? I don't know.
Running down the road.
He's running down the street. What street? I don't know. He's ran down the street. Go find him. The cop's gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. Anyways.
It can be interpreted here or there, guys. I'm not gonna be mad at you.
Well, the sheriff tells I guess he knows the dude being a deadbeat, because he tells him how important Jackie is to the community. He brings in this, he brings in that, and he does not like the dude being here.
He bring down the community value?
I don't know. He goes as far as to throwing a mug at the dude's head.
That does not break.
And he tells him to stay out of his county. So the next scene, he's in the back of a cab, and he asks the taxi driver, hey, can you change the channel on the radio, man?
Sorry, hold on. Why did Treehorn drug him in the first place if he's trying to get his money from him?
I don't know his motivation with that, because they didn't put like no something over his head to get there. At least they didn't show us that, so he knows where it is. I don't see why he would drug him.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Maybe it's like a truth serum type of thing. Make him black out, tell him the truth.
Maybe. That seems like some motivation. That's the only things that make sense. I don't know why he would drug him, though. Okay. Besides that.
But they got the Eagles playing on
the
radio.
And the dude asks him to change the station. And the guy's like, fuck you. I'll throw you out of this cab. And the dude's like, man, I've had a bad day, man, and I hate the Eagles. And that's when the driver pulls over and literally throws the dude out of his car.
I guess he does not need money.
And a red convertible passes, and it turns out to be Bunny just listening to music. So we know that she was not kidnapped. She's just having a good time. She drove on by.
Let me clarify. She was listening to Viva Las Vegas, and I'll bring that up later on with my point.
Viva Las Vegas. Well, the dude makes it home, and everything is a wreck.
Who destroyed his place?
I do not know, but he ends up tripping over that 2x4 that he
that was the second time I laughed
that he had put in there to stop people from getting out. He looks up to see Maud, who is in his house, and she says, what did she call him? Dude or Lebowski or Jeffrey?
I don't know, but she doesn't matter. Like, she doesn't care.
Yeah, and she's like,
his place
love
is
me.
destroyed.
And they end up doing it.
Yeah, that's my road, man. Nigga, I don't care. What the hell?
There's too many people at this point in time to know who did this.
Looking for the money.
Yeah, because it was stupid on their part because they didn't drop the money. So the first logical person to go to would be him. So they didn't think that through when Walter's like, we're going to keep all of the money. The first person they would go to would be them.
Yeah.
Well, they end up doing it. And he starts telling her a little about himself while smoking a joint again. He says his career has slowed down. And she asks, what happened to your house? And for some reason, she pulls her knees up to her sides.
After he chokes on his blunt.
Did he swallow it?
No, he just like inhaled weirdly, I guess, and started choking on it. And that's when he gets up, and that's when she started doing the weird positions.
Yeah, weird things. He does like he asks her in the middle of the conversation, well, what are you doing?
To help conceive.
Yeah, this increases the chance of conception. And he's like, he spits out his little coffee that he made.
Which it wasn't coffee, it was another White Russian.
Oh my God, another one.
He kept the half and half out of the refrigerator. He bought the half and half from a refrigerated section of the store. You can't not put that shit back in the refrigerator. How long has that shit been out?
About 3 days.
What are the ingredients for a White Russian? Gotta be half and half, right?
I mean,
half and half, vodka,
alcohol.
I assume, since it's a Russian. White Russian. Maud tells him that she wants a child, but doesn't want a partner.
Vodka, fresh cream, coffee, liqueur. So fresh cream would be the half and half?
Guess so. Well, Maud tells him that she wants a child, but doesn't want a partner. He figures that the doctor that she wanted him to go to, there was a reason he asked him to pull down them pants. Let's make sure, I guess he can have kids or whatnot.
Well, before that, when she asked him what happened, did he assume that it was Jackie Treehouse that fucked his house up? Why would it not be the Germans? Like, how he's once again making another assumption of something.
Well, he ends up calling Walter and telling him that he needs to be picked up. He wants to say it's Shober Shabbos. And he can't drive, but the dude says it's an emergency. And the dude says, come pick me up or I'm off the bowling team.
So why did Walter even pick up the phone? Does he pick up the phone when he's ringing? Like, he said that he knew it was the dude. Does he have caller ID?
Well, the dude goes outside and sees the Volkswagen that has been following him, and he goes to the guy and tells him to get out of the car. And he asks him, who the are you, man? And the guy tells him to relax. He tells the dude that he's a brother Seamus. He's a private snoop, and he really digs the dude's work. You know, he thinks the dude is a private snoop as well.
Turning this guy against that guy.
Yeah, he thinks the dude's playing everybody. But the guy says that he's working for the Knutzes, who is Bunny's parents.
They've been wanting to find her.
And yep, they've been trying to find her.
Too many people at play.
Yes.
Well,
way too many people.
Yes.
Well, he's asking the dudes, hey, can we pull our resources, and see about each other? And that's when Walter pulls up. He comes in with the van, but the dog is in the van, that little Yorkshire Terrier we saw earlier. So he didn't lose it. He found it.
Well, also, the dude once again assumed that the guy was there for Maud, because he was like, stay away from my special lady friend. The guy, when he followed him the first time, Maud wasn't around. So how did he go make an assumption again that he's there for Maud?
I don't know, but he tells Defino to fuck off.
Also, why is he following the dude? You would think that he would follow the old Lebowski to get information on Bunny, because that is his wife.
Like Panda said at the beginning, it's a mistaken identity. If the hitman people thought that this was the actual Jeffrey Lebowski. He could think that this is him too. I don't know.
I just feel like if you go to, not driver's ID place, but not driving. Where the fuck you go to get your driver's license?
DMV?
Yes, thank you. You would think that it would have their name connected together, an address that way.
Well, we end up seeing the Uli's crew eating at some diner, and they really focus in on one of the female member who has a bandaged up foot.
In a boot with the top cut off. She gonna have to put her fucked up foot through the whole entire boot. Just wear fucking sandals.
Well,
or flip-flops. Something.
We end up visiting the dude and Walter while they're driving, and the dude's saying that he thinks that the Big Lebowski hired him to get his wife back because he doesn't want her back. He thinks that he knew that the dude was going to be a fuck up. He was going to fuck it all up, and he doesn't really want her. And the $1 million was never in the briefcase in the first place, and he's hoping that they would kill her. That's what he was hoping. So he was tired of his own wife. He's hoping the dude would fuck it up. He never gave him $1 million, and they'd be done with it.
You know what would have solved this? From the very fucking beginning.
He looked inside the
case. Inside the fucking case.
So yeah, Walter threw a ringer for a ringer, is what he says. He threw a ringer for a ringer, and he's having a problem with why is he here? That's what he asked the dude, and he's like, it's Sober Shabbos. I thought this was an emergency, dude. And he needs to explain the importance of Sober Shabbos, wherever he keeps saying, and that it's a sin, to do what he's doing now. And dude's like, you're not even Jewish.
You converted 5 years ago for your ex-wife.
Yeah, so I guess he just kept with it. How about that?
I think he's just doing it to potentially get his ex-wife back. Because why in the hell would he watch the damn dog if he doesn't have some ulterior motive for those things?
That might be true. Well, they end up pulling up to the Lebowski residence, and they see Bunny's car wrecked into the fountain.
Which was playing Viva Las Vegas. So was that shit on replay?
I guess so.
Who listens to Viva Las Vegas that much time?
They go in. That must have been a hit song, man, right when it came out. But they go inside the Lebowski residence to see Bunny running around naked. And Brant says that she just went to visit her friends in Palm Springs.
Okay, this is where I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So legit Bunny never faked her kidnap.
Nope.
She was just off with her friends. So what the fuck does the Germans have to do with anything? Did the old man Lebowski hire them or be like, act like you kidnapped her?
I guess so.
Like, what the fuck?
And so the dude walks in and asks Lebowski, where's the money? And the dude says he knows that the briefcase was empty. And Lebowski says, you have your story and I have mine. And anything the dude calls him a human paraguat. You human paraguat. Lebowski tells them to get out of his house because they're bums. And the bums have lost the war.
Tries this bullshit again.
Yeah. And Walter says, I know this guy. He's a fake. So Walter believes that Lebowski has his legs and that he can walk and he's not, no issue.
Well, didn't the old man Lebowski before that part mention he didn't want her back, that she was supposed to die? She never got fucking kidnapped.
Yeah, and that's what they discovered.
Why would he assume that she was gonna die? Nothing happened
because of the ransom note. He thought she was kidnapped.
He created the ransom note.
I thought the
old man Lebowski took out the money. Like, he planned this out, the whole entire thing. He planned it from the get-go. Get-go? Whatever the word is.
I'm wrong with you.
That's what I'm taking it from, that the old man Lebowski knew she wasn't kidnapped because he was like, she was just out with her friends, so created the story to get the $1 million because he doesn't have money.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought that it was two teams in this. It was him doing a fraud because he wanted to get rid of his wife. He never got out the money. He had that fake ringer or whatever. And then the nihilist and his team just picking perfect timing and saying that he kidnapped his wife so that he would get it. So I thought it was like two birds with one stone with him. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll just get rid of her and I don't have to worry about this. I'll just blame the thing on Jeff, the dude. And then the nihilist get fucked too. So they'll deal with each other and I'll be free of her and free of them. And I'm scot-free. That's what I figured. But yeah, he might have planned the whole thing. Well, Walter picks his ass up out of the chair and just drops him. And it turns out he really can't use his legs. He is disabled. So they end up leaving and they go to the bowling alley.
But this is still Saturday.
It's the time to go to the bowling alley.
So he wasn't supposed to do anything on Saturday, but he handled this emergency situation. So if he's so into his religion, you would think he would have just went back home. But no, he went to the bowling alley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're back at the bowling alley talking about the difference between fighting in the desert and fighting in the jungle. While the dude is painting his nails with a clear coat.
I think clear.
Okay.
Nail polish.
And that's when Jesus comes up and he is flipping out. About the day of rest for sober Shabbos that Walter's doing. And he says it's Bush League psycho stuff and it's laughable. And he says he's going to fuck them in the ass. He was going to fuck them in the ass on Saturday, but he'll fuck them in the ass on next Wednesday instead.
So he got it switched, but he's literally there right now. So the tournament would have been happening now.
I think that's what pissed Jesus off. When they leave the bowling alley, they see Uli and his boys have set the dude's car on fire.
Officially killed the car.
Yeah, and they want their money, and they're still threatening him. And the dude tells them that they knew that they never had the girl, and they know it. But Uli says, we don't care. We still want the money, or we fuck you up. And Walter says, fuck the three of you. And without a hostage, there is no ransom. So they kept wanting the ransom.
Well, also, didn't they mention that they had no money?
Yeah, they told him, but they still want the money. So they say they want to take the money that the dude has which they don't have.
The dude and Donnie were going, like, they were getting the cash out of their own money to pay the Germans, whatever. Yeah. And Walter's just like, no, fuck that. You ain't getting nothing of mine.
I got about $4 or $5 here.
Yeah, and then Donnie's like, I got 13.
And Walter's like, what is mine is mine. And they pull out a sword and start to try to fight the dude and Donnie and Walter.
It looks so flimsy. Like, it wobbled.
Well, Walter ends up biting Uli's ear off and spits it in the air, and then he knocks him out.
Well, before that, he threw his bowling ball at the other dude and, like, broke his fucking ribs. Couldn't breathe.
Yeah, he was on the ground. Oh, God. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Well, he spit his ear in the air, beat the crap out of Uli, and then the other guy, he just keeps saying, I'm going to fuck you in the ass. I'm going to fuck you in the ass.
He's a porn star.
Yeah, Walter takes the little stereo boombox they had and beats him over the head with it. Yeah, it was a weird little fight here, man. I don't think nobody knew how to fight. Nobody's ready for this, except for Walter.
I was about to say, Walter's the only one that knows what to do.
He knows guerrilla tactics, man. He's ready. And dude's like, take it easy, man. Take it easy. Fuck you.
You're trying to give dude the money and everything.
I fuck you.
How hard would that be to bite somebody's ear off?
Ask Mike Tyson. I don't know.
Damn.
That's...
Well, after the damn fight, we see that Donnie's on the ground, man. Donnie is on the ground and he's having a heart attack. And the dude runs to call the police while Walter stays with him and holds him. But nothing really ever happened to Donnie. You know, he just, I guess the excitement of the event there just was too much for him.
I don't know, dude assumed that he was shot.
Yeah,
Walter's like, there's no shots fired.
Yeah.
Does he not have that mobile phone anymore?
No, I think he gave it back to him.
Okay.
Well, it got stolen many times. So I was breaking into. Shit.
Man. Well, the next scene is the dude and Walter in a lawyer's office because
Is it a lawyer's office? I thought it was a mortuary.
Mortuary office.
Oh, okay. Well, they're in the mortuary's office because they are there to pick up the remains of Donnie, who has passed away.
Did you notice that the dude introduced himself as Jeff Lebowski?
Jeffrey Lebowski,
yeah.
Wow. So maybe he's growing up or something.
I mean, like, why? Why did, if he's so, this whole entire movie, and then the next sentence was like, the dude. So it's like, what is it? You introduced yourself as Jeff Lebowski. He said Mr. Lebowski, and then he's like, the dude. Actually.
You done. Maybe in professional settings, he does Jeff Lebowski, but then he's like, hey, just the dude afterwards. But they end up getting this little pamphlet brochure book thing telling them the price of the urn that they have his ashes in, and Walter has a problem with that. How expensive it is to carry just the Donnie home.
Yeah, because they already knew that they were just going to spread the ashes.
Mm-hmm. So there's no point in having him in a fancy urn. And so after Walter freaks out about this whole thing, he ends up like, hey, is there a what restaurant?
Ralph's.
Is there a Ralph's nearby?
It's not a restaurant. It's the grocery store.
Oh, God. Where they can get some half and half?
Yeah. But bro, $180 for a fucking urn? Is that really that expensive?
Hey, it's our modest priced receptacle. That's what he keeps saying. It's our modest price. Well, they end up getting the ashes and going to the ocean.
In a coffee can. Like, this mortuary was totally fine with this happening.
Mm-hmm. And they end up making a speech where Walter talks about Donnie and his interests, and they end
up Vietnam.
He end up opening a can of Folgers, and Walter spreads Donnie's ashes into the wind, and most of it goes back in the dude's face.
This is the third time that I laughed in this movie. None of it got on Walter. It just went all on dude.
Yes, all the ashes go back into the dude's face. And he's just standing there like, man, what the fuck, Walter? And I don't know, it was just they had a little moment there too where he's like, what the fuck? And Walter gives him a hug and he's like, it's okay, dude. It's okay.
Well, our dude was getting kind of pissy with Walter because he was like, what does this have to do with Vietnam? This has nothing to do with it.
He's bringing it up.
He brings it up all the time. But I thought it was kind of weird in this scene, too, that you can see an old man walking on the cliff.
I've seen that.
What?
Yeah.
What is that shit?
I guess it was just somebody out there. And I was like, they couldn't wait till this dude was gone to shoot this scene.
I noticed it at the end.
They couldn't have waited like 5 minutes for him to go away and then start the scene again. And you can see the old man walking on the cliff. And then here we are again, right back at the bowling alley. And this time the dude goes up to the bar to get another drink, and he runs into the stranger.
Sarsaparilla dude.
Again, yep. The stranger tells the dude to take it easy, because I know you will. And the dude says, hey, the dude abides. And the stranger says, he takes comfort in that. And it's good to know that he's out there. The dude, taking it easy for all of us sinners. Yeah, well, he hopes that the dude makes it to the finals. And the stranger tells us how he liked the whole story. He didn't like seeing Donnie go, but parts of it made him laugh. And that's going to be there's going to be a little Lebowski on the way. He hopes you enjoyed it, and he'll catch you later down the road or down the trail, and orders another sarsaparilla as the camera pans up and the bowling alley fades to black. And the words go up on the Big Lebowski.
So did they get a replacement for Donnie for the tournament?
We don't know nothing.
And how the fuck is Walter still in the tournament?
We don't know. We don't know about the money. We don't know about nothing.
Right, like where's the money now? Did the Big Lebowski still have it?
Resolved.
Did Maud not going to keep trying to get her money? The Germans are no longer an issue. Like, what the fuck? Another movie that has no fucking conclusion.
Hopefully,
did he get his rug? We don't know.
We'll hopefully answer your questions in our next segments of Facts.
Well, he got no money.
Extra, extra, hear all about it.
We got the facts.
All right, I'll start this show off with The Big Lebowski has gained a significant cult following for its memorable characters, quirky dialogue, and eclectic soundtrack. The character of the dude has also become an iconic figure in pop culture. What you got over there, Grizz?
All right, I got an original script. It was revealed that Walter was never a Vietnam vet. Following Donnie's funeral, the dude was supposed to yell at Walter, "You've never even fucking been to Vietnam."
Oh shit.
Man.
That would have been terrible.
Koala.
A lot of the dude's clothes in the movie were actual Jeff Bridges' own clothes, including his jellies, sandals, which he still owns and uses to this day. Wasn't this motherfucker in the last movie that used his damn hat? The Alien movie?
Kirk Russell?
Oh, they're not the same people? Oh,
no.
I was like, this is the same motherfucker that had the same stupid hat from before. Never mind, it's a completely different actor.
Wow.
Panda.
John Goodman, who plays the character Walter Sobchak, based his performance on a real-life acquaintance who was known for his irascible and opinionated personality. This contributed to the authenticity of Walter's character and dialogue. Grizz?
As many times as you've seen the dude at the bowling alley listening to bowling strikes on his Walkman, you didn't actually see him hold a bowling ball until a fantasy when he was helping Maud. But you didn't see him roll a strike. You didn't see him hold a bowling ball at all in the whole movie. Koala?
Fuck was used between 260 to 292 times. Every single time I came upon this fact, the number changed. So I was like, let me just do the broad thing. And then dude is stated 161 times. Panda?
Several notable actors appear in the film, including John Turturro as Jesus Quintana, Julianne Moore as Maud Lebowski, Steve Buscemi as Donnie, and Philip Seymour Hoffman as Brandt. Each actor brings a unique energy to their respective roles. Grizzly?
All right, I'm going to expand on what Koala said. Dude says man 147 times, not 400. 147 times in the movie.
When filming the briefcase scene, it proved impossible to get Walter's undie-filled case to be thrown correctly. Eventually, this was shot in reverse, with a crew member throwing the case into the car. Into the car as a stunt driver reversed at high speed. Panda?
The film's plot is often described as a shaggy dog story, as it meanders through various subplots and eccentric characters while maintaining a central focus on the dude's laid-back attitude and resistance to getting entangled in the chaos around him. Grizz?
This movie was so popular that it acquired a religious movement called the Church of Latter-day Dudes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Koala.
Donnie gets a strike with every bowl in the film except his last, which comes moments before he dies. Panda?
The Big Lebowski has spawned annual fan gatherings known as Lebowski Fest, where enthusiasts of the film come together to celebrate its legacy, dress up as characters, and participate in themed activities. Grizz, you out?
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, we'll go with you, Koala.
Okay, the dude drinks 9 White Russians during the whole film. Panda?
The film's idiosyncratic dialogue and memorable quotes have contributed to its enduring popularity, with lines such as, "That's just like your opinion, man," and "The dude abides," becoming iconic within pop culture. Koala?
It is named the best stoner movie of all time by Rolling Stones. It beat Pineapple Express, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, and Soul Plane. Panda?
Did you know that the character of the dude, played by Jeff Bridges, is inspired by a real person named Jeff Dowd? The Coen brothers met Dowd, who was involved in the anti-Vietnam War movement, and found his laid-back attitude intriguing, influencing the creation of the iconic character. Koala?
Michael Keaton was actually offered the role of the dude, but due to scheduling conflict, he had to decline. Panda?
Wonder what he was doing at the time. Inspired by Raymond Chandler, the film is a loose modern adaptation of Raymond Chandler's detective novel, The Big Sleep. The Coen brothers, however, have stated that they were more interested in capturing the feel of Chandler's work than creating a faithful adaptation. Koala?
This will be my last one. When the dude slides down the bowling lane in the gutter ball scene, Jeff Bridges was in fact too big to fit through the dancer's legs. This was eventually shot in 2 separate parts, with Bridges then digitally shrunk so he could appear to slide through. Panda?
How about that? The White Russian connection. The dude's favorite drink, the White Russian, becomes a signature part of his character. Interestingly, Jeff Bridges, who portrayed the dude, didn't enjoy the taste of White Russians, so his glass were often filled with milk instead during filming. Limited success initially. Surprisingly, the movie wasn't a massive hit when it was first released in 1998. Over time, it gained a strong cult following and is now considered one of the greatest cult films in history. John Turturro's spin-off. John Turturro, who played Jesus Quintana, the eccentric bowler, has expressed interest in a spin-off film centered around his character. This idea eventually materialized into the film The Jesus Rolls, which Turturro wrote, directed, and starred in. Sam Elliott's narration. The character of the stranger, played by Sam Elliott, serves as the film's narrator. Interestingly, Elliott's character is never shown interacting with the other characters in the movie. Jeff Bridges' achievements. Jeff Bridges received an Academy Award nomination for his portrayal of the dude. The character has become one of the most iconic in his extensive career. Jeff Lebowski's rug. The entire plot of the film is set in motion when the dude's rug is urinated on by 2 thugs who mistake him for another Jeff Lebowski. The rug becomes a central motif in the movie, symbolizing the dude's desire for a sense of order and justice. Bunny Lebowski's toes. In the scene where Bunny Lebowski, Tara Reid, shows her painted toes to the dude, those are not actually her feet. The actress had a foot double for that scene.
Did her foot look trash or something?
Probably she didn't want no perverts jerking it to her feet.
I mean, if she's getting paid for it, what does it matter?
The rug. The iconic rug that serves as the catalyst for much of the film's plot was actually a vintage rug selected by the film's production designer, Rick Hendricks. It's referred to as bowling alley rug in the script. The dream sequence. The surreal dream sequence involving the dude flying was created using a mixture of practical effects and CGI. It was inspired by a similar dream sequence from classic films like The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Is that your last one?
That is it.
That was a lot more than 3.
Listen, well, I bring the facts, okay? I bring the facts. And now I'm going to bring you these final thoughts. I thought The Big Lebowski was a a story about a laid-back man that is dealt a crazy hand, and he mostly keeps it all together throughout, even when more and more twists are thrown his way. It's funny, it keeps you guessing, and trying to piece together who actually did the kidnapping. It will have you surprised at the end. So I thought it was a good one. And did y'all really connect who really was behind this? It was Maud.
What?
Yeah, it was Maud. The connection between her and the German people. Once he got that money out. The Big Lebowski got that money out. Yeah, he did fake it and he wanted to keep it, but she wanted to get that money back. And so I think the plot was Maud knew that she was going to see her friends, so she delivered that note to that dude, the Big Lebowski. And the connection between them and the German was that Johnson. We're going to cut your Johnson off. She said it. He said it. You know, they're in the same circle. So I think it was Maud who was behind it all.
Yeah, I never once ever considered her whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
She was on top of that shit. Mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
So did she get her money back, though?
We don't know.
Yeah. Grizz, if someone gave you a White Russian and told you to get their money back or they would cut off your Johnson, would you say that the Big Lebowski was a good one?
I don't know if I'm saying it's a good one. It's okay because I like endings, man. Give me an ending. I think I would be okay with that, but it left so much stuff open. Did they get the money? Did they figure out who kidnapped? Like, what you're saying is not exactly in the script. We don't know if it was actually Maud. You know, we don't know anything. We don't know who got the money. We don't know if they repaid the money. We don't know if he got his rug. We don't know nothing. That's most important stuff that's kicked everything off. We don't know. But that's the only thing that's holding me back. But, I mean, it was pretty funny. Yeah, it's an okay one. I don't see myself looking at it again for a little bit. But I got to thank Dylan for recommending this. Because I've never seen it before. But I think I'll look at it again in a couple of years.
Okay. Thank you, Grizz. Koala, if a girl told you she would slobber your knobber for $1,000 and is immediately kidnapped, would you try to get her back or say that the Big Lebowski is a good one?
I will say it is an okay movie. I wouldn't say bad. Donnie Darko is still the worst movie that I've seen during the podcast. I've never seen this movie before, and I wasn't too excited to watch it a second time, and honestly, I don't think I'll watch it again. I'm into comedy, but I think I laughed only a handful of times. They never explain why he is called the Dude, which I'm such a person with a backstory, so I'm like, why the fuck is he even called the Dude in the first place? He's supposed to come off as a chill dude, but he did get angry and freak out a lot, but how does he even survive in the world when he doesn't even have a job? So once again, backstory for me. It starts off with Treehorn's men come in and piss on his rug, so he confronts the Big Lebowski to place a rug, but then it turns into him getting involved into being between kidnappers and money. It never confirmed if Big Lebowski hired the Germans to act as the kidnappers, but in the end, Bunny was never kidnapped in the first place. But he ended up did acting surprised. So once again, none of these things are answered. So once again, just like Grizzly, I need a conclusion for it to be a good movie. But even if they did have a conclusion, I still think it would be an okay movie. I don't think I would ever watch this again unless I'm drunk, and then maybe it'd be different. Maybe I'll laugh more.
Maybe we need to get some edibles. Come back and watch this. I don't know.
Maybe I'll understand why there's a fucking cult for it, but watching it sober?
That's an agreement. Next time we watch this movie, we're going to get stoned. We're going to watch this.
You could be zoned the fuck out.
Well, appreciate that, guys. Now we're going to move on to movie 20 questions. And this question is being submitted by Jay of Sparta. Go ahead and start the questioning.
Okay, well, let's stick to what we've always done. Is this movie made after 2000s?
Yes.
Is this movie an animation movie?
No.
You didn't add 3 other things like you normally do.
Just make sure it's a cartoon or a real movie. You know, that's a good thing.
What do you think? 3 genres, like comedy, horror, romance? I don't really see Jay doing a romance movie, though.
It's probably action.
But we can't make an assumption.
Let's get the year down.
Okay.
Was this movie made past 2010?
Yes.
Do you want to do... Was this made after 2015?
No.
Okay, so 2000 to 2015. We need to do a genre.
Yeah. Is this movie... What do you want to say? Action, comedy, horror?
Mm-hmm.
Is this movie an action, comedy, or horror?
Yes. That's 5.
I would do horror or comedy, and then if it's action, then we would know. Is this movie comedy or horror?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
You asked me if it's comedy or horror. I can't tell you if it's comedy or horror.
Yeah, is this movie either one of them?
That was a yes?
So it's either comedy or horror. We need to know which one is which so we can... Is this a horror movie?
Yes.
Okay, so horror. What are you thinking? Want to do actors next?
Yeah, we can do actors.
Because it's between 2010 and 2015 horror movie. I think we need to find more of a year, because that will limit it.
Babadook.
Yeah, that one.
You guys love that movie.
Was The Cabin in the Woods.
Crazies. Sinister. It Follows.
Resident Evil.
Annabelle. I'm gonna spit on your grave. The VV Itch.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
Legion, Devil, Last Exorcism, As Above, So Below.
We're going to need to figure out a year. How are you wanting to do that? Because it's 2010 to 2015. Can we split that in half? Like, hey, is this movie made 2010 or 11 or 12? Yes or no? And then do it no. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Was this movie made 2010 or 2011 or 2012?
Was it made between 2010 or 2012?
Yes.
No.
So it's either 2014 or 2015. At least it narrows it down just a bit. This is going to be hard.
Yeah. You can ask if it's got something to do with religion and cancel all the rest. Well, a fucking shit ton of them has fucking religion in it.
Yeah, because wouldn't that be all, like, possession and shit? Because I've seen a lot of aliens. Like, normally you'll had a good thing about the actors, but none of these are same actors.
The only one I can say is fucking Conjuring, because it's got some, a couple of good actors in there.
We could
Possession.
Yeah.
Possession.
Would Possession and Haunting kind of be in the same vibe?
No, because Possession actually takes control of somebody's body.
And then
Haunting is just trying
haunting.
to scare you.
Should we ask both of those to conclude it, since they're not really the same?
Yeah, let's do it.
Is this movie deals with possession or haunting?
No.
Okay, so this must be an individual that's doing something. Because that's the last one, I believe, right? Like,
I mean, you got aliens.
You got aliens, you got Hills Have Eyes type of deal. As Above, So Below, that's...
demons, isn't it?
That's the ones with they can't see in the light. Is that it?
I guess I don't know.
Which one was that one?
I thought it was the girl that went in the catacombs, and I thought it was demons.
Oh, yeah, it was.
I mean, either way, she went in the catacombs.
The Descent, that's the one that I remember, where the people can't see in the daytime. Some crazy ass. Okay, so is there something to do with zombies or...
Zombies or aliens?
Zombies or aliens. Okay. Does this movie have zombies or aliens?
No. That's 10.
Must be. I wonder if it's just like a basic serial killer.
Yeah, it could be.
We're gonna have to figure out the year though. You want to take a chance and just be like, "Oh, is this a 2014 movie?" And then it's gonna be either 2013 or 2015.
Yeah.
Is this a 2014 movie?
No.
Oh, it's a 13 or 15. You want to just use another fucking question and ask which year?
Yep.
This is a 2013 movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder. I remember 2013, a whole bunch of horror movies came out. It was like around the time Paranormal Activity was out, right? Something like that. Let's go. So it has nothing to do with aliens. I remember that Dark Skies movie. You remember they look up and...
They see
dark
skies.
See the light. No. It's like a light that like they focus on and they can't move if they see the light or something like that.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Is Evil Dead considered a possession?
No, but Evil Dead has zombies in it.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that he said there's no possessions of devils or something like that.
He didn't say anything about devils.
Well,
he said no possession or haunting.
Hauntings, which I feel like demons will do either one. So something's telling me that it's a slasher.
Right.
So,
what about Carrie? Because that's not a slasher, but that is considered a horror movie.
Yeah.
Insidious? That's a
devil.
Okay.
That's a devil in there.
Texas Chainsaw.
Texas Chainsaw, there you go. I mean, we can...
Oh, Curse of Chucky, too.
Yeah, Purge.
Fuck, how are we going to...
I don't know.
How the fuck are we going to do that?
We can ask if there's multiple killers or if there's just one. That'll get some of these out.
Well, Chucky's just one killer. Mm-hmm. Texas Chainsaw is just one killer.
But then we'll eliminate, like, the Purge. We'll eliminate...
That's true.
Like the Crazies.
What's the Crazies about?
It was about this town. They got something in the water, and it started making them go crazy, and they just started killing themselves and killing other people.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So is it one killer?
No.
Might do Purge then.
Yeah.
It's 13 questions.
Yeah.
Because Carrie, it's not a possession. It's just them bullying her. But would you consider that multiple people? So could Carrie still be in the running?
Was there more than one killings in Carrie?
Well, she only did the killing.
Then no, because you said if it's multiple killers. Is there one killer? Sorry.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, we got, what's that one? Oh man, I remember that. The one where the tribe starts killing all these people?
I have...
Green Inferno or something like that?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, okay. Like your tribe was killing people and eating them?
Ew.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the Purge.
Yeah.
A lot of horrors I haven't.
Yeah, a lot of horrors back then.
Okay, no zombies or aliens. Yeah, I think I'm...
Yeah, so we go... What about,
Would the Purge be considered, like, end of the world horror movie?
No,
it's not really end of the world.
It's not really end of the world, no.
Oh, there's VHS. Did you ever watch those?
I remember those.
Was it different stories?
Yeah, I remember. I thought that this shit was going to be so scary, but it ended up being like a B-list movie, like a B-C-list movie. Yeah, I'm saying let's shoot for Purge and let's ask questions around it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Did they wear masks? Because a lot of people wore masks in the Purge.
Yeah.
Did these killers wear masks?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Sheesh.
Oh, gosh.
That just threw a wrench in everything, man.
Right. Yeah, I'm completely...
Yeah, I can't
no idea.
think of more. Hold on, let me see. Only one I know, I think I just said it was the Green Inferno.
What is that one about again?
It was about, like, it was some doctors, like, going around and trying to heal people, like, that of their, ailments or whatever. And they got caught up by this cannibalistic tribe. And it was a bunch of doctors in there, and they was trying to, like, help them. But then they started attacking the doctors. They started to, like...
Eat them up?
Like,
should we just ask that? If there's cannibals? Bless you.
Yeah, we can ask cannibals. We can... Yeah, let's ask cannibals.
There are cannibals in there.
Yes. That's 15.
Ooh. I think that's going to be the only... Since I've never seen it, I don't know what else to potentially ask.
Yeah, I think we got, like, 2.
What's the other one you're thinking? 2. What are you thinking?
The Colony.
What is that one about?
This is where the world is driven into bunkers after a climate change thing, and people were pretty much trying to kill and eat other people because they didn't have no food available.
Ooh,
so it has something to do with a natural disaster.
Let me ask that question, and that will clarify if it's that one or not.
Does it have something to do with cold weather?
No.
Okay. I'm thinking Green Inferno.
Same.
That's the only one I remember with the tribe that killed a bunch of people and ate them.
Should we try to clarify, like, hey, is there a tribe in this movie? And then if he says yes, then go with it.
Let's do that.
They're a tribe.
They're a tribe in this movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I will guess, and if not, then if I get it wrong, you can guess one more.
No, there's only one guess. If you get it wrong, we're done.
Okay. Is this movie Green Inferno?
Yes, it is. Wow.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie, man.
Very impressive, guys. Very impressive. But you got it. You guys are still undefeated. Can't believe it. But that is going to be it for us at We Real Reels. Next month is the month of March. Be looking out for our next movie review of Disney's Tarzan. The animated Tarzan, the classic.
Yeah.
With Phil Collins, man. Phil Collins, he went hard on that soundtrack. So we're gonna check that out next month. But that's gonna be it for us at We Will Reels, man. Y'all have a good, happy Valentine's Day month, and be ready for next month with the Ides of March coming in. All right, Koala.
Bye.
Grizzly.
See you later.
Keep on reeling.